for the day. Y'all ain't supposed to see that part yet. That's later in the stream. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Another day, another deck. What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Y'all ready for some more deck building? I know I am. I have been very excited about this. Let's share this over to the Discord. Who's already in chat? Who's already in chat? Who am I speaking with? Who am I speaking with? What's good? What's good? Day 2 of streaming custom decks. Boom. There we go. There we go. Look at that. The Discord has been alerted. It has been alerted. You have been alerted. I have been alarmed, if anything. How are we doing? I went to the gym. I got fruit. I walked the dog. You were literally thinking about brewing non-CDH flubs today. Brought a copy right before I saw this thumbnail. Jerem, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat because according to CDH TV, this deck isn't CDH. According to them, just so you're aware, you got me to build another deck, the Kamigawa Landfill. Amen. Can I get some amens? That's a good deck. That's a real good deck. Took me I think 3 years of slowly building it. It was really fun. Coming back to it, it was intermittent, as one would like to say. It was very fun. Hey man, love you in the way you express. And there's a follow-up. Express and what am I expressing? I'm ready for this. What am I expressing? I do like to express. I am in fact full of expression. Oh, maybe I just can't see the rest of your chat. I can't. I'm dumb. Well, I'm not dumb. I'm just a little silly Billy. Hi man, love the way you express and create content. I found your channel by watching the Shadow video. I just started playing Magic and I hope one day to build that. That day can be today. Go to your local UPS store and print out those cards. It's a fun deck. So I love it. I have the CDH deck. It's pure nonsense, but we'll catch some people sleeping. Oh yeah. It's good. You have to be able to play Mr. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you don't have to do it that bad. But either way, split second ad nauseam, kind of hard to react to, just a little bit. I love it. Split second is so cool. The fact they put that on a Rakdos card still makes me go a little nuts, But yeah, this morning, brewed up some espresso, made myself a nice Americano, walked the dog, called the wife. Good day. Yeah, the deck seems to have a lot of interaction. I'm probably going to try and sneak in my Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. Ooh, Myojin. There we go. Good morning, good sir. How's your day been? Healthy. It's been a healthy day. Look at this. Look at this. We brought grapes so I can keep my blood sugar up while we streaming. Genius. Absolute genius. I also didn't turn my main light source on, so I look like I'm in a dingy room. Oh, I smacked my monitor. Is that the one I normally... Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm bright. Woo! I got a tan. Look at me. Pull that away from me just a little bit. Make it a little flatter on my complexion. See, now I look oily. I don't know. I did go to the, to the gym, though. So, could be that. Oh, it's morning in America. Here in Italy, it's late afternoon. A fellow Italian? Fabri? What is going on? Little fun fact for you. My last name means Christmas in Italian. If you're really Italian, you're going to be able to put it in chat. It's a famous song in Italy. But yes, I'm quite Italian. The rest of my family is too. But yeah, morning's been fantastic. I'm excited to chill for a little bit before we get things started. Say hi to everybody. Hello, brother. What is up, Areas? How's it going? Welcome Yes, you got it, Fabry. That's my last name. It's Natali. It's 12:30 more in Indonesia. Yo, we got a literal opposite side of the world chat. Let's go. Good morning, Noritama. Good morning. Still trying to get Una to work. Oh, well, I have a wonderful solution. If you have a Una deck you're trying to get to work and you would like me to build it, head on over to Patreon. Get that done for you. I'd be happy to. Loved the Celeste Reunite video. I'm going to make a version of that deck. Heck yes, Celeste is a combo on a stick. Now, right hand of God, I'm not one to spam infinite combos in my command zone. Unless it's CDH. Then, I mean, what are you doing, you know? But my point being, Celeste is just maddening with how many incredible ways there are to loop all the persist triggers. Murderous Red Cap, 1 card win con with a sack outlet with your commander, just nasty. You love my Final Fantasy EDH videos? Heck yeah, I love my Final Fantasy EDH videos. I had a blast making them. I would have sat in my room like a hermit yelling at a camera doing that anyway. I just decided to post it. I mean, for the most part, you know? So lighting is okay. That's because we're going to, in our villain arc with these decks. Oh, yeah. Oh, demo. We're going into the villain arc today, y'all. If you were thinking that we were going to make some nice decks today. Okay, first off, okay, hold up. First off, you made me do this. You bought these decks for me. You're the ones who said, hey, I would like this deck. I made it. It's on you. It's on you. Just for reference. Yo tried out my World Shaper deck today, and Fury of Achroma is insane card with Ice Till Explorer. Oh yeah, Ice Till in general, nuts. Love that card. It goes in so many decks. I'm so glad you like it. Heck yeah, I'm so glad you like it. Celeste has a bunch of cool interactions if you choose to utilize Blink. Yes. Yeah, Villain Arc today, Revan. It's Villain Arc day. And it's true, man. I play Yashtola CDH table, but with bracket 4 deck, everyone just forgets the cat. Yeah, exactly. No one cares. They're like, oh, the poor man's choice of curiosity target. You're going to play that? Well, I won't touch it. And then out of nowhere, like 10 cat claws come at their eyes. You know, it's insane. You accept this demo? You are my enabler. You are all my enabler. I'm hoping while we're sitting here, someone else wants to also join the Enabler Club. If any of you guys sub to the Patreon, I'll be shouting you out during the stream, and you guys will be getting a custom deck next week. We only have 14 of 15 slots left for next week, so make sure you join the Patreon so that way you guys can get yours in for next week's stream. We're always going to be streaming Tuesday and Thursday, me making custom decks. Turns out Esper's good. Yeah, Jaren, you know, it turns out. But here's the thing. Let's get this right. A lot of people who play Esper. You know what happens? It's the whole deck's just value city. But that's all the deck is. They don't add win cons. Like, you're stuck spamming value, but then the game never ends. And so you got to be careful when you build an Esper deck. You got to be able to end it. Which... next week, I will be speaking the gospel of one of the most forgotten win cons in Commander. I don't know where it went. I don't know why it went. But all I know is it's probably one of my favorite win cons in the entire game. And I do not see it enough. I don't see it enough. We're going to be doing that next week a lot. It's for those, you know what? We'll see who can guess. Chat. What is a 3 black mana spell that wins the game? That's not commonly played. Get that Necro out of here. 3 black pips. What win con am I talking about? What you got for me? Any big brainers? I would like to think my audience is quite intelligent. I would like to think that. So I need to know. Do you know? Are we in the know? And as you can see right here, all right, Jaren, we got a genius in the chat. Doomsday, thank you. Where are the Doomsday decks? Where the Doomsday at, right? Why don't I see Doomsday anymore? Oh, I could punch the game and I could lose if I do. Don't be a wuss. You know? How about this? Grow a pair. I don't know. How about I don't know, maybe don't cry to your mom? I don't know. I'm just thinking, Be a little bit. So what's the worst that happens, right? What's the worst that happens? You cast Doomsday, you lose. That's the worst that happens. I mean, come on, You got pushed out by Tainted Pack? Nah, not in my world. Esper decks need to be running more win cons. I am telling you right now. Also, before we move on, were those sound effects too loud? I don't know how loud those sound effects are on your end. So I need to know, are the sound effects too loud? Because I did not, in any way, shape, or form, protect you from that volume level. I have no idea if I just blew out in your eardrums. So I'm very sorry. I tried my best in pre-production, but I need to know. What? How are we okay with that? It's good. It's good. All right. Well, in that case, no one out here going, no little chip damage. No. Good. Okay. Good. Also, next week, this stream is getting a massive glow up. I am been working so hard on this. So expect more next week. Chat bots, some new moderators, things like that. So I'm working hard. I want to make an awesome stream. So we're going to do this. Yeah, new Doomsday Demon didn't make a splash. Well, that's because it's 6 black mana and not 3 black mana. But then again, I guess you can, like... Fuzzy, wait a minute. Wait. Fuzzy, you're a genius. Why aren't we Eldritch Evolutioning into the new Doomsday Demon? Hold on. That's kind of gas. My pod has been kind of sensitive lately. They have been salty at whatever I bring to Magic. I tried to lower the skill set needed to play against me. But hold on, that sentence is wild. I love it. I tried to lower the skill set needed to play against me, but still the hate. Any unhate-able commanders? Nick, I have the solution for you. So, if you go on the Patreon, you can sub, get a custom deck done by me, and you'll be able to fill out a form, and I'll be able to make you exactly that. I dedicate an entire 20 hours a week to creating commander decks for y'all. So, sign up, and I will make you the perfect deck for that. Oh, your volume was low. That's funny. As a boomer, where's the Thopter Meek combo? Ooh, Jaren. Yeah, we booming. We booming with that one. I've been wanting to make a deck with Doomsday since I have that sick Junji Ito art. Oh, yeah. The Junji Ito art's amazing. I have almost everyone. As well as almost every freaking Junji Ito book. Yeah, Nick, we got 14 slots next week. As long as I can keep up filling these slots every week, I can do this full time. And I can make videos featuring y'all's decks. Or if you want to be super, super cool, one of our patrons, Squishy, signed up for the Mega Tier, the Archmage. Squishy's getting an entire video, a full 10-minute comedy video by me for their commander. They asked to be custom built. So if you want that, that's also available. That obviously takes a lot of effort. I spend a whole day on it. So, okay. Y'all, have we chatted enough? It's been a full 15 minutes of chatting. Are we ready to get into today's commanders? Are we ready to cast aside our humanity and enter the villain arc? Are we ready I need some amens in the chat for that, though. Amens. I need some amens for that. Are we going in? We going in on this? I need to know. I need to know. Also, next week I will have a shorter delay on you to me in the chat, because right now it's a bit long. All right. Kevin says let's do it. Demo says let's go. Jaren's still talking about Doomsday like an absolute G. We got an amen from Nick. We got a let's go from Raven. Or Revan. All right, Demo. It's time. It's time. Our first deck of the day in no particular order. In no particular order. We got an amen from Crunch, brother. Amen. Let's see what our first deck of the day is. We're about to click on it. I have a randomizer, by the way. Demon Squire got an amen. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. What we doing first? What we doing first? Here it comes. Ooh, we're going nasty first. Ooh, boy. Oh man, this one's gonna be a little bit of a, this one's okay. Zombie, you requested flubs at bracket 4. Now, this is a very big deal. Recently, CDH TV came out with a video saying Flubs the Fool isn't good enough for CEDH. That meant bracket 4 Flubs is a no holds barred. There is nothing being held back. We're not CDH. We're not CDH. So, Moose, if you want to get on the Discord, click the Patreon in the link in the description. That's how you get there. So, here's the thing. They asked me specifically for extra land drops and to make the extra land drop spicy. So we did that. Then they asked for something spicy on top of this to make the deck go a little faster. They like decaf, and their ideal date is when I'm moving on. When I'm free. Okay. I hope you don't have my address. That's very nice of you. Anyway, into the deck. Y'all, welcome. Welcome. Let me give you a little background on that way you can see your chats. Here we go. Y'all, Flubs the Fool. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. If there are no cards in your hand, you discard one. Otherwise, as in if you have no cards, you get to draw. If you have cards, you have to discard. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the way to instantly win the game. This has amazing one-card win combos. But we're going to do as the patron asked first. We're going to talk about the extra lands. We have Azusa. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. 2 additional, not just 1. Dos. Yep. And we're going to protect that with Dozen, as Kevin already mentioned. But we're going to get back to that later when it's more applicable. Our other extra land drop is an Exploration as well. But I jammed in one more that I felt like was still good enough at this bracket level. Y'all, what's Flub say? What's Flub say right here? It says an extra land drop on each turn. And whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a discard. Or draw, and if not, discard. That's easy to brick, right? Can you imagine this? There's no cards in your hand. You draw your 3rd land. You don't have any extra way to play it. You're kind of screwed. Well, my friends, introducing Song of Creation. Another additional land drop per turn. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. That's right, baby. Draw 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. This is Hail Mary City. This is aggressive deck building, my friends. We're going to be jamming this. And oftentimes, from my ability to playtest so far, Song of Creation is a 1-card win con. It is so Easy. You know, you would have to hit 4 lands in a row and have used up all your extra land drops for this to fail. It's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. So, what is our win cons? What are our win cons here, baby? All right. First off, Birgie's butt, as in the backside. That's right. You see, everyone talks about that front. Everyone talks about the front. You know, yay, more mana. This will help me churn through flubs better. Nope. Get out of here. Read the cards better. Flip them over. The backside of Birgie, Horn of Bounty. Y'all, it says discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards. When you're flubbing and you run out of land drops and you draw a land, Horn allows you to exile the land and get 2 more cards. GG. And you want to know why that makes it GG?
But Deathcat, what if I run out of mana? What if I don't have any mana to cast my spells? Why wouldn't I want the front side of the...
I've got you. It's okay. You're safe here. Boom, 0 mana creature. Boom, 0 mana creature. Boom, boom. Oh, wait, hold on. Back up. We're going to do this funnier. Boom, 0 mana creature. Boom, 0 mana creature, baby. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, another one. Boom. Oh, what's that? We need more 0 mana spells. Boom. Oh, what's that? We need more 0 mana spells. Boom, baby. And gut shot, sorry. Boom. Yeah. Oh, what's that? We need more? I'm not even gonna hit the boom anymore. You get the point. Look at all this 0 mana. Look at all this 0 mana. You know how many 0 mana spells there are in this deck, y'all? Do you want to know how many there are? Y'all? We got 21. 21. Yeah. We're not bricking in this deck. This is gonna go crazy. So now we have a mini version of this. So let's read it again. Exiling off the top. It's technically not in our hand. That means we can draw, right? Boom. Inti. Look at that. Oh, we got our first Hear Me Out. From Jaren. Hear me out. Aerith is one of the best ways around flub bricking. Joshua 420. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Everyone, it is time. We are about to enter into a little portion of the show I like to call Hear Me Out. I forgot to add one thing to my stream deck. Give me 2 seconds. I promise you, this will pay off. What you're about to hear, it'll be great. It's going to be great. Let me grab it real quick. It's in my downloads on my computer. Hold on. Let me grab it. I was so excited for this morning. Don't let me flub this. Ha ha ha. Flub it. Get it. Ha ha. Flub. Because we're talking about flubs. It's a joke. All right. 2 more seconds. I promise. I ain't gonna keep you waiting that long. All right. Y'all. It's time for court to be in session. Are y'all ready to do our first Hear Me Out? Is everyone ready? Because I also forgot to bring up Scryfall, so let's do that first. Oh my God. I'm so unprepared. Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all. It's time for Hear Me Out, baby. All right. Order in court. Okay, order in the court. All right? Order in court. Actually didn't hear the gavel. I was slamming a gavel. Dang it. Oh, there's the gavel. Oh, it's so late. Did y'all hear it? Hold on, ready? Oh, so late on that. Hold on. I can get it. I promise. There we go. Kevin, welcome to the Kitten Court. Excited to have you. Kevin, you're on the jury here with me for this card today. It's time, y'all. Aerith. So it says, if you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead. You may play these cards. Y'all, I'm pretty sure this is a slot in, no problem. That's a gold star for Jaren right there, y'all. That's a gold star for Jaren. Let's put in Aerith. Love to see it. You love to see it. Instant slot in. Instant slot in. There we go. Love to see it. Love to see it. Kevin, it is in fact guilty. I completely agree with you. Welcome to the Kitten Court. All right, y'all. Next one we got coming up here. Another way for this deck to go bonkers. Do y'all like wheels? Because we got an entire car, baby. There are 4 wheels sitting in this sorcery section, baby. All in red. Or sorry, we have 5 wheels. We got a spare tire. We got a spare tire. All right, y'all. We have another Hear Me Out from Revan. Hear Me Out. Faldorn and Ashnod Altar, if not already in. So, we're going to talk about Faldorn first. So, Faldorn says, whenever you cast a spell from exile or a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 wolf creature token. 1 mana, tap, discard a card, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. This effect is good. This effect is good. But as I believe my court in session will agree with me, this sadly does not help us not brick. It's not an anti-bricker. That's our issue. So we are going to pass on this one. It does not make it out of the court. Demo. My friend loves playing that card, and it's always fun time when it comes out. I agree it is a fun card, but we are in bracket 4 degeneracy. So this one ain't going to keep up with what we're trying to do today. So we have 5, count them, 5 wheels. We have Winds of Change. Pretty hot, right? I be liking Winds of Change. It's pretty good. We've got Windfall. Need I say more? Wheel of Misfortune. Wheel of Fortune. And last but not least, the spare tire we got in the back. Bet y'all haven't heard of this one. Reforge the Soul is so damn cracked in this deck. No one plays it. I didn't see it in any Flubs deck I found online. It's insane. Diamond. Well, it helps you not brick when at 2 cards, but not good enough for bracket 4. Totally agree. Exactly. Y'all, Reforge the Soul is insane. It is a miracle cost card. Do you know how often this miracle happens? You may cast this card for its miracle cost when you draw it. If it's the first card you draw on this turn, that's going to happen. Each player discards their hand, draws 7. So good. It's so good in this deck. I love it as our spare tire. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Obviously, we're running a Get Probe. This allows us to, one, know if people have interaction for our Flubs game plan, and draws us cards. Very good. Gamble. Very, 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 very good, because when we cast it, we draw a card, and then we have a 50-50 shot of discarding anyway. And we're going to go get Underworld Breach when we do it. But time for a little bit more tech. Gut Shot and Noxious Revival also do the same thing, allowing us to cast. And Noxious Revival allows us to go get something that also puts something on top of our library and go infinite with it. Also very good. But if we end up discarding something we really wanted during the earlier portion of the Storm term, while we're flubbing, that's how we do it right there. The other big portion is top deck tutors. So Mystical Tutor, Worldly Toot, Sylvan Toot. Very big cards to make sure we go get our win con. So as long as we were able to tutor this, which is very easy, by the way, in Flubs, you go nuts. But Lord, have mercy, y'all. We are not done with the crazy creatures that we want to be casting. We're not done. Containment Construct. Look at me. When you cast this, you're the captain now. It is just pure oof. It's so good. When you discard a card, which, by the way, let's read our commander again. Whenever you play a land or cast spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, discard a card. We're going to be doing that a fair amount, y'all. Containment Construct reads, whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. Y'all, that's Synergy City. Synergy City. It's so good. God, I love this deck. Oh, I love flubs. We're running some mana packaging. We have Tinderwall. It allows us to sacrifice it to get 2 red. Or a lesser known use of this card, play a red, sacrifice Tinderwall to have it deal damage to target creature it blocks. Very good. Very good. It's rare that comes up, but it's nice tech. We're running Simeon, obviously. Sometimes you do need to cast it because you need to keep going, but, you know, it's free mana. Helps us get our commander out in turn 1 and 2 very, very easily with this deck. Treasonous Ogre. So cracked. Free mana basically the whole time. We don't use our life in this deck other than Treasonous Ogre effectively. It's amazing. We're not ready to get into those combos yet. What else did I want to say? Oh yes, 6. Powerhouse for this deck. As long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace. That means you can cast a permanent from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to its cost. That means the flubs discards, right? Totally free now. What are we worried about? Right? How cool is that? Discard anything you want. You get to play it by discarding a land later. 6 is also, in my opinion, very, 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 very good anti-brick tech, as we've been calling it today. We talk about our 0 mana creature package, right? And noticed I said 0 mana creatures. Huh? What's that, DefCat? Why do I want specifically creatures for 0 mana? Y'all, you know our ass is running Cradle. You know our is running Cradle. And we have extra land drops. So when we go in, like when we're drawn through our deck, you know, with Song Creation and other things, we're going to be able to play Cradle. And, oh, what's that? Maybe we need more mana while we're storming off, and I would really like to cast a spell and then instantly go get Cradle. Boom, baby! From the top rope, we got crop rotation. I'm having too much fun. Am I having too much fun? I think I'm having a little too much fun. Just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. But don't worry. When we're done going through the deck, I'm going to play it for you. We're going to watch how this spins. We're going to watch how this car drives, baby. We're going to take it for a test drive. We're running Dramatic Reversal in combination with a card called Isochron Scepter. This allows us to get infinite mana. Isochron Scepter, for those of you unaware of this card, reads that when Isochron Scepter enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant or sorcery card from your hand converting mana cost 2 or less. 2, tap. You may copy the exiled card. If you do, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Dramatic Reversal, when cast through Isochron Scepter, untaps our Isochron Scepter. Meaning, if we have a Soul Ring or any other mana out, for God's sakes, but specifically Soul Ring for the sake of this argument, it untaps Soul Ring, giving us 2 more mana, letting us continually untap and tap Isochron Scepter, often netting us infinite mana. But what's great about this card is that if we get it and we don't have Isochron Scepter, it's not a dead card. It casts when we have nothing in hand with flubs, drawing us a card, and untapping all of our mana. Or mana rocks, specifically. So good. So good, y'all. Amazing. I mean, chat. How are we feeling so far about this? Because before we keep going, I'm a check here. Let me go see where we are with the Patreon. See if anyone else has become a patron since we've started here. See if I need to lower the amount we have left for next week. Let's see if anyone's joined yet. So, again, y'all, if you want a custom deck like this, head on over to the Patreon in the description. You can get one done just like this, baby. All right, we're liking the deck so far. I like to hear that. It's spicy. Okay, let's get way spicier. I was asked in this deck tech to make ETBs more exciting. What is more exciting than an ETB untapping a freaking grinding station? Come on, y'all. Come on. We've got grinding station plus Underworld Breach. That means our own flubs fuels Breach while we grinding station and Breach, y'all. Just nasty. Oh, what's that, Kevin? We have a kitten of the court. We've got a hear me out. All right, Kevin, I like where you're going with this. Let's get your hear me out going. Life from the Loam. Here we go, baby. Life from the Loam. Return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Dredge 3. If you would draw a card, you may instead mill 3 cards instead. Life from the Loam combos with very specific pieces. Sadly, due to the fact that we're not running black in this deck, Life from the Loam doesn't have the other card that normally would allow you to combo with this. So it's a little frustrating. When you play this card, normally I would expect to win the game. In our deck, it's just the value piece. So Life from the Loam, although sometimes can help us pull cards into our graveyard that we may want, oftentimes we would rather this be a way to cast a card from our graveyard, not return lands from our graveyard, because it's going to be very easy to get lands to trigger flubs in the first place. But the thought process, very freaking good. I give that at least a silver star. I like where your head is at. Thank you very much for your recommendation. So as we talked about, we've got the extra ETB access via grinding station. Revan, the combo for black is a little card called Gitrog Monster. It is a end-step clean-up loop. We actually discussed it yesterday on the channel during the live stream. So if you would like, definitely go check that out on yesterday's live stream. So, grinding station. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, it untaps it. That is our extra ETB. It's very, very nice. Oh yeah, Evil Dead, Life from the Loam, nutty card in Legacy. Absolutely amazing. It also may cost a little bit too much, but maybe Ruin Grinder as another wheel. We got another hear me out. All right, kittens of the court, what do we think? 6 mana Menace. When it dies, each player may discard their hand and draw 7. It's got Mountain Cycling. This is in fact awesome in Flub's bracket 3. In bracket 4, what was that, Flubs? What was that, buddy? Yeah. He loves this card. He really... Ribbit. I get it. Ribbit. Y'all, Ruin Grinder, sick card. We don't have a way to kill it. And even if we did, being 6 mana, too slow for bracket 4. But y'all, we like where that head's at. Bracket 3 all the way. Love where you're at. Love where you're at with that. So the grinding station loop is that we will cast with Underworld Breach, Lion's Eye Diamond, or Lotus Petal. When we cast it, due to being able to recast it with Underworld Breach allows us... Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. My bad. Underworld Breach allows me to cast any of our cards from our graveyard by escaping it, meaning you take 3 cards from your graveyard and exile them. So that goes infinite with Grinding Station by allowing us to ETB an artifact, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, untaps Grinding Station. You then get to Grinding Station tap, putting 3 more cards in our graveyard. Flubs also fills our graveyard, and then we can find any win con we need. Hear me out, Jaren. Food Chain combo. Jaren, you are on the right track, my friend. Boom, Food Chain already in the deck. Already in the deck, baby. Obviously, I'm going to pull up Squee here so you guys can see this combo. So, Food Chain. Hey, man, you're... Do I not see the rest of that chat? Am I dumb? Hey, man, you're... I am yours. No, I'm at my wife's. I'm faithful. Hold up. Back up. Nope. Nope, not yours yet. Maybe for a... Nah, I wouldn't sell out that hard. But anyway, food chain. Food chain allows us to exile a creature off of our board. Add X mana of any color, where X is that creature's converted mana cost, plus 1 in any color. That means once we have discarded or played Squee the Immortal, we can food chain and get infinite creature mana. So, the idea here is if we do cast food chain and we do get infinite creature mana, that means we can cast Walking Ballista for infinite and win the game. That's pretty sick. And this deck's going to churn through creatures like crazy. Yeah. What's up, Stencil? Big up the stream, baby. Amens, y'all. Stencil, let's get some amens in the chat for that. I agree. Thank you. And y'all, if you want a custom deck, we're running out of slots for next week. Make sure to go to Patreon. Get your custom deck built. All right? You don't want to lose out. Hey man, your Yisan video inspired me to build Yisan CDH for my bonker brother. Bonker? Whoa. Let me pull this up a little bigger for me. Hey man, your Yisan video inspired me to build Yisan CDH for my brother for our regional CDH tournament. He has never played in CDH before. Last night we had a practice games and he won every game. Y'all, the Yisan gospel spreading. Amen. Amen, y'all. Amen on that. But I'll let you know a little secret as I eat this Slim Jim because I'm a little shaky. I need some food. Y'all, let me tell you something. All right, let me tell you something. Yisan, I am currently the rank 1 Yisan player in the U.S. for major tournaments. Oh, sorry, in the world. My bad. The known world. Maybe in some remote islands I'm not. Sorry about that. But here's the thing. I've got a 2-hour-long Yisan tutorial video hitting next month. 2 hours. I have worked so hard on this. And let me tell you something else. My new Yisan list, 21 cards different from anyone else's primer. I've added 21 cards to Yisan. Y'all, it's gonna be a big moment. Thank you. And Nectar, it do be the real deaf guy. How you doing? Alright, y'all. I love eating the cigarette. Okay. Walking Ballista. I love the little skits in your videos. I appreciate that. I'm going to be doing a lot more skits, actually. I got one with a dog clicker and a heuristic study coming out that's hilarious. Anyway. How do we find Walking Ballista? We find it with flubs, man. We're churning through the deck. Because guess what? What's flub say? Class? What's flub say? Flub says, whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. If you have no cards in hand. What does Squee the Immortal say? You may cast Squee from exile. That means by going infinite with Squee the Immortal and Food Chain with our commander out, we draw through the whole deck and we find Walking Ballista. Sick. Nasty. Just nasty. So good. So good, baby. Flub Solitaire, baby. So, we don't want to be the annoying combo deck. We are not irresponsible. So we are running interaction within our package. We've got Chain of Vapor. We've got Red. We've got Pyro. We're gonna help the table out. We're not gonna let someone just randomly win. But we are low on interaction in terms of counter spells. We're more on inboard interaction. That's our big thing. Hear me out. Retract. We got to hear me out, boys and girls. We have a hear me out. That's the wrong one. Retract. Returnal artifact. Gold star! Gold star! Oh my god, how did we not think of this? Holy Kevin. I'm thinking of all the possibilities right now, and it's getting me good. It's getting me good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's going in the deck. Let's put retract in. Is retract legal? Yeah, it is. Okay, I mean, just triple double checking. Oh, that's a burp. That's my bad. I apologize. Excuse me, chat. Okay. We are running a lot of rocks for a lot of reasons. They're normally going to be free to play and or very cheap. And defense grid, obviously, defends us. Pretty good. I like that. I like being defended on my storm turns. I don't know about you all. Y'all use Papel, but I like being defended. It's nice, especially when I'm not running that many counter spells. And speaking of being defended, Conqueror's Flail. Equip Conqueror's Flail. As long as Conqueror's Flail is attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells in your turn. Ooh, we have another Hear Me Out. Evil Dead Emerald Lurker of the Lock. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about. The first part of that is escaping me. The blue one that allows... Yeah. Okay. This card. Oops, we're in the Hear Me Out. Sadly, Emery does not do anything the turn it comes down for us other than milling, and that's not enough for us to play it. I like it. It's cool. It's a great commander. Doesn't help our game plan in the immediate, so we need to be a little careful about that, where we have to be cutting cards that don't immediately work. Why did I do that accent? I'm questioning myself. I do have new neighbors that have a very thick accent. I was around them a lot last night. I think that's where that came from. Anyway, Sensei's Divining Top. Very easy way to not brick in this deck. Love it. Wonderful card. Earthcraft. Tap an untapped creature you control. Tap an untapped target basic. Y'all, what do we have a lot of? Free creatures! Let's go, baby! That's going to be a lot of ways for Earthcraft to help us and get lots and lots and lots and lots of extra mana. You love to see it. But back on the topic of being defended. Y'all, we're packing City of Solitude. Each player may play spells and abilities only on his or her turn. If you drop this on your turn, you go for the win. No one can interact. We like them odds. Amen. Amen, y'all. Amen. I like being able to win uninteracted with. Okay. We talked about being irresponsible. Right? Let's get a little more irresponsible. Allurin. Many of you may not know this card. It's one of my favorite in all of Magic the Gathering. Any player may play a creature card with total casting cost 3 or less whenever he or she could play an instant without paying its mana cost. Y'all want to flash in all your creatures for free? Woo! Oh yeah. Throwing the game is kind of our game, Evil Dead, but y'all, if we're petering out in our turn, we don't have the win. Take an extra turn, baby. That's how I like to hear it. Final Fortune getting jammed into this deck. Wonderful card. But to the point of Allurin. Allurin allows us to now, in some sense, flash speed this deck. Hear me out on my own. Why are we not running Valley Floodcaller in this deck? I'm sorry, Flubs, I failed you. Why did I not add that? Doi. Idiot Shinji. Anyway, we also need some card draw. Sylvan Library, although a completely card helps a lot. Hear me out. A card I pit my brother's Yisan EDH Dozin. Awakening 2 generic and 2 green enchantment. Wait, I'm confused. Awakening? Is the card called Awakening? Hold up. I think I misunderstood for a second. My bad. Awakening. Is that the name of the card? Awakening. Awakening. 2 generic, 2 green and Awakening. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, untap all creatures and lands. Huh? What? Oh. Huh. Well, you know what? I don't think I really like this because it enables all of our opponents to have untapped everything. It's very cool in Yisan. I don't think our deck wants it, but you did break my brain, so gold star. Kevin, yes, it is a butt card as a joke. Sylvan Library got pushed out of the format for a while. It's back in. I'm just goosing. I'm just a little goosey. It's a little funny, haha. Yeah, it's a symmetrical Seedborn, which is a little rough. Speaking of card draw, look at this boring crap. That's in the deck. Cool. Moving on. Y'all, you ready for some spice? Are you ready for some spicy plays? I want y'all to read it. I want you to just enjoy this. Read that last functional line. Oh. It allows you to replay Cradle. It allows you to get rid of lands in your hand when you brick with flubs. And it's 2 mana. Oh. So good. It's so good. Love this card. I love this card. What other spice did we add? Are we missing any of the other spice before we move on to... Oh, yeah, we got Born Upon a Wind to go flash. Yep. Helm of Awakening. This will be our last Hear Me Out. You're making me think with this one because this is an excellent RAL card, but this just isn't our thing. We're not trying to storm by cutting. We storm by casting free things already. So most of the time this ends up being dead, and then we would hate to pass with it. So we'll pass on this one. Burgeoning originally was in the deck. I took it out. It just doesn't play well. It doesn't end up playing well with this deck in the end of the day. We end up discarding things we want before next turn and all this other stuff. And then, yes, we already have Retraction Helix Evil Dead. 1000% Retraction Helix. But let's bring it up. That way people know the card combo. So, Valley Flood Caller. You may cast non-creature spells to those. They have flash. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get to untap it. And what happens is if you cast Retraction Helix on to Valley Flood Collar, it says tap it, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. We're going to be returning any free artifact. Any free artifact. We then play it at flash speed thanks to Valley Flood Collar, and it says whenever you cast the non-creature spell, untap Valley Flood Collar, allowing us to go infinite. Note that Valley Flood Collar does not have haste, so we do need to cast Retraction Helix on a turn it can tap. Yes, Lucky T, we do have Aerith in here. Yep. You know what? Let's also put in Banishing Knack to give it some redundancy. So Banishing Knack reads the same exact way as Retraction Helix. Boom. It's the same card. So run both. All right, y'all. Let's play the deck. Here. So, let's say you aren't going first. So that's Cavern. And then we're going to dump Alurin. Because it says from hand, I believe. Let's check here. Nope. We can cast our commander for free with that. Might be worth keeping. So and for Gemstone, we'll bin Goblin Engineer. All right. Turn 1. We go Scalding Tarn, Volcanic Island, tap, Mana Vault, tap, One Ring, baby. Pretty good. Oh, that's a Gaia's Cradle. That's not the One Ring. Where'd my One Ring go? Oh, there's the One Ring. Overbeing, not related to this deck, but I've heard a lot of talk about Stock Up. And what about Dig Through Time? So, Dig Through Time, normally banger in this deck, but oftentimes we want to keep our graveyard, so delving it away is a little frustrating sometimes. That can be hard. That can be a little difficult for us. So we don't often want to do that. But I like where your head's at. I do like where your head's at. Also, let me fix my chat for you guys. That way your beautiful, beautiful comments can still be in the view of the game. There we go. Oops. Little less than that. Oops. Little less than that. Oops. Little less than that. There we go. I got your beautiful chat still on here while we play the game. Very good. Okay. And then our game's a little big. Okay, awesome. So, that is a Cradle. Yes. And you can put Paradise Mantle onto Flubs. That is also heat. Completely agree. Very, very good. So, we tap the One Ring. We draw a card. Oh. That's hype. Now we've got Autumn Zale if we need it. Next turn 2. That stays tapped. 2 burden counters on the One Ring. Draw 2 cards. We are down to 38 life. Oh, this is so gas, y'all. Holy crap. I should have tutored a forest and not Volcanic Island. Let's fix that real quick. That should be in the deck. We should have grabbed Tropical Island. That is so gas. So we tap the Cavern, or do we play Flubs first? I think we play Flubs first here. Let's think about this for a second. So Cradle is 100% our land per turn, right? Oh, y'all. Exile Elvish Spirit Guide. Tap for that. Alurin? Oh, Treasonous is 4 mana. Okay, that would have been cracked. So never mind. We're not doing that. Okay. So it's time to start churning with Flubs here. This is the Flubs turn. It's turbo, basically. So we want to go Exile Elvish Spirit Guide. Tap with that on it. Flubs. Now we have an extra land drop for turn. We'll say we haven't played the Cradle yet because this triggers Flubs. So we're going to play the Cradle and we're going to exile, or we're going to discard Autumn Zale when we play the Cradle. We're going to play the Crimson Cobalt. No, we're not. Yeah, we're going to hold that up. So that's our turn right there. That's our turn. We're keeping this. Turn 3. Tap. Draw 3. Y'all. Oh, sick nasty. Sick nasty. City of Solitude. It's time. It's time. We dump the Alurin. It's time. Yes. Alurin is not only from hand. Exactly. So we could do that as well. So now it's with this. We want a land and we don't have one yet. So we're going to cast our Kobold, discard Retraction Helix. We cast our other Kobold. We discard Treasonous Ogre. Now, tap, make 3 green mana, Worldly Tutor. Do you guys know what we're getting? Do y'all know what we're getting here? That's right. We're getting Birgi, baby. But before that, we have a trigger on Flubs, and we draw a card. Birgi goes on top. Cast Mox Diamante. Birgi goes to the graveyard, and we're set up for a win on turn 4. Like, that's just nasty. So, the deck has a lot of ways to win. It's really awesome. I'm very proud of it. I think this deck is super fun as well. And I think we're happy with it, chat. How are we feeling about Flubs? Because that was fun. That was a snap keep, turn 7, no digging required. Very fun list. And a lot of ways to do it even faster, which is really cool. All right, y'all. So we just did Flubs. Time to move on to our next deck. We have 4 decks today, by the way. Let's check the Patreon. Let's see if anyone has subscribed since we started. Because, y'all, we need to fill up next week. We need to get some new custom decks in. Go to the Patreon right now. Sign up for a custom deck. Or get your deck roasted if you have a deck that you want to see me roast on stream. All right, y'all. It is next deck time. Here we go. Also, Demo Don got a couple of the stars in my Edge of Eternity's polls, and I'm so happy. Congratulations on that. That is sick nasty. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. It is time for our next deck. Demo. I think it's time for your deck, Demo. I think it's time. I think we're pulling it up. Y'all, we talked about doing some evil shenanigans. Does everyone remember that? Does everyone remember evil shenanigans being on the docket today? Here we go. Here we go. Everybody, meet a card you can't say the name of. Marique Ree Barrett. Straight art out of like a D&D book. I love this art so much. Esper. Legendary creature human. Tap. Gain control of target creature as long as you control Marique Ree Barrett. As long when Marique Ree Barrett leaves play or becomes untapped, destroy that creature. It can't be generated. Y'all, we were asked to make the sickest, nastiest, resilient bracket 3, no budget deck. Demo Don in chat here is our custom deck purchaser. They like Jasmine Tea. They like to steal cards and kill people with other people's cards. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, here we go. How do we make this deck nasty? And how does this deck win in bracket 3 while being sick nasty? And we're 1000% going to be killing our enemies with their cards and stealing lots of freaking cards. Let's get into the deck today, because this deck was a work of art. Work of art. Merit is an effect that normally, when your friends play their commander, you will tap this commander and you will steal their commander. Already, the game plan, everything we talked about in the damn command zone. But we're about to do so many disgusting, abusive things with this card. And oh, dear Lord, have mercy. I would like to introduce you to the beginning of our themes. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Sakashima will come in and enter as a copy of any card on our battlefield. And then, with that, they're also non-legendary. That means we can copy our commander and start stealing even more cards. Yeah. Oh, commander being brewed still shows flubs. Thank you. Forgot to change that. And it is fixed in 3, 2, 1. Bonk. Yeah. So Sakashima allows us to constantly copy the commander. Constantly. Let's count how many of those effects that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just in the creature slot. Just in the creature slot. We have 8 ways to copy this commander. This is amazing. It's so much fun. You're going to beat your friends down with their own commanders and their own creatures, but oh, Lord, are we not just stealing things out of their freaking hands or out of their off their boards? So clone, very easy way to do this. Glasspool Mimic, even cheaper way. Mirror Image, also a cheap way. Sakashima, very important. We have lots of other ways to make sure these copies land. We are playing Mirror Box to make sure that we can get past the legendary rule, as well as Mirror Gallery. That way we don't get stuck with the legendary rules we talked about before. And Lord have mercy, are we running ways to steal cards, not just off people's boards. Coffin Queen. You may choose to not untap Coffin Queen in your untap step. I wonder where that mechanic's from, y'all. Wow, crazy. Put our creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. We're stealing from graveyards, y'all. We are hardcore stealing from graveyards. I've always liked to think that this is actually our commander gone, like, extinct. And, like, you know, they not extinct. They died and they came back. This is a reanimated version of our commander. Super cool. Love the flavor. So, we are obviously going to be stealing things from graveyards. We're about to go through a little bit of that game plan. Beacon of Unrest. 5 mana sorcery. Put a target artifact or creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield. Shuffle it so we get to cast this card again. We have Command the Dreadhorde. We have Extract from Darkness. We have Exhume. We have Living Death. We have so many freaking effects of this in this deck. It is so awesome. And we're also going to be milling ourselves to make sure we can also get things from our decks. So, let's talk about the game plan for a second. After I get some water and a breath because I just spoke a lot. Y'all, I need a cig. I need a ciggy. Let me open up a Jimmy. I need a Jimmy. Hear Me Out, probably too expensive. Oh, all right. We got our first Hear Me Out already. I can't get this Slim Jim open, man. I just wanted a Jimmy. Let me have a Jimmy. All right. We got our first Hear Me Out, baby. Revan. Let's see through. I'm not having anything. Woo. All right. Let's talk about this. What'd you want? It was a Hear Me Out for Arvinox. Arvinox the Mind Flail. Legendary enchantment creature horror. When Arvinox the Mind Flail isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. We're cooking. We're already cooking. I haven't read the rest of this card. We're already cooking. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them, you may cast permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though they were mana of any color to cast those spells. This is spicy. This is awesome. This is fun. Of course we're going to be playing this card. Gold star of him. Gold star. Love to see it. Let's slot that in the deck. Love it. Absolutely love it. 99 cents too. We're going to be taking out this card that we're not going to talk about because this is way better. Absolutely love it, baby. Okay. Next up. Thanex, God of Deception. Indestructible. As long as your devotion to blue or black is less than 7, it's not a creature. Pretty nice. But when it is a creature, it's an indestructible creature. Kind of good. So, creatures you control have tap target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is this creature's toughness. Y'all, we are constantly going to tap down our own opponent's creatures so that way we can mill them. And what are we going to do when we mill our opponents? Exhume. 2 mana, each player puts a creature card from his or her graveyard onto the battlefield. Everyone gets to reanimate one of the creatures. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to tap down our copies of our commander and steal all of them, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nasty. Just nasty. This whole deck is full of this. We're going to keep cooking. Y'all ready for what we're cooking? Y'all ready for how cooking you are? Consuming Aberration. Consumer Aberration's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in each opponent's graveyards. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards on the top of their library until they reveal land, then puts all those cards in their graveyard. More targets for us. And I know, Defcat, you keep saying targets and graveyards. We haven't seen anything except Exhume that's targeting. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on to your tushy. And y'all, we mill a lot, so Brewvac's in the deck. And we can Sakashima Brewvac. Yeah. Sakashima? Copy Brewvac? If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that instead. Now they're milling quadruple. Now they're milling 6 times that. Oh! Oh! Sick nasty. Sick snap. Hear me out. Not sure if this will work. Lifeline, baby. We have another hear me out. Talking about Lifeline. Whenever a creature is put in your graveyard and that creature is in play, return that. What? What? Am I reading this right? I love Lifeline. I love this card. So the issue with this card is, and although I would have loved to have put it in this deck, let me get a little. I would have loved to put this in the deck. See, we have an issue. We're going to be milling people a lot, and they're going to get their creatures card back. We're going to be getting their creatures card back on the battlefield, and the problem is they creatures might have haste. They creatures might have ETB effects. And although I love stealing they creatures, we want to do it at times that we dignify. We want to control the game. Us out here, you know what we doing? We reanimating creatures on our own terms when we would like to. Awesome card, Lifeline, awesome in so many decks, and it's also a very fun card. So if this card wants to be in the deck for the pure fun of it, I think that's also awesome. Have some fun. It's Commander. We don't have to make everything perfect. Come on. So, I like it. Sadly, not what we're going for. Okay. Time to go on to our other stuff. Obviously, we also going to be milling ourselves. Got a Stitcher supplier up in this. So, we're going to be using Dread Return as a backup plan to get back our own cards. Very, very helpful. Very, very, very helpful. Hear me out. The second Athreos. Ooh, y'all. We got a good hear me out coming up here. We got a very good hear me out. Scribefall's being a little slow today. Sorry, y'all. Did I lose internet? Can y'all still hear me? Is Scribefall just down? Maybe Scribefall's just down. It was just Scribefall. Okay, we're good. What is going on here? There it is, finally. Jeez. Which one are we talking about here? Because there's, Athreus got a passage. I don't think... I'm assuming you meant that one. Let's check this one, though. Oh. Oh, dude, this is mean. Holy. Oh, man. All right, y'all. This is spicy. Whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies, put it into exile and return that card to the battlefield under your control. Can you imagine casting Isochron Scepter with Dramatic Reversal to infinitely untap our commander, steal everything, sack everything, and then we get all of it through Athreos? Oh, we're evil. We are horrible people, chat. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Gold star. Gold star. Oh my gosh. Gold star. So good. Oh. Chat. I love you guys. You're horrible people like me. This is beautiful. We're going to get kicked out of a con playing this crap. I love it. This is so good. All right, y'all. It's time for some more mill tech. Bruvac. Go to Bruvac here. Has a 1-card win combo. I'm sure many of you already heard this one. I'm not shocking you. You know we had to put Maddening Cacophony in here. If we spend 6 mana on Maddening Cacophony, it mills everyone's library and we win the game. It's bracket 3. We can have combos. It's a 9-mana combo. Totally fine for this bracket. Put in that Maddening Cacophony. Don't be scared. We also have Fractured Sanity. For blue. Each opponent mills 14. You know we're going to be hitting effects off that. You know we're going to be getting some people stuff. That's going to be good. Fractured Sanity. Very good card. We like Fractured Sanity. So, Fractured Sanity also allows us to cycle it in a pinch. We really like that. And when you cycle it, they still mill 4 cards. Very good card. Very good card. Now, Extract from Darkness. Each player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Then put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. This helps us way more than you think. So often, Extract from Darkness is going to mill cards off the top that we want, because guess what? We can see the top of their libraries because this is a Lantern deck. Woo-hoo-hoo! Lantern of Insight from the top row, baby. Each player plays with the top card of his or her library revealed. Tap, sacrifice it, target player shuffles his or her library. Y'all, we're going to wait until we see something we want, and we go nab that thing like the cartel does a child. That thing ain't gonna stay there long, baby. Into our satchel, into the back of the van. So quick. Gone before we even knew it. Now, not only can we see the top of their library, we're also gonna check out them graveyards, baby. We're milling. Of course we play Mnemonic Betrayal. So, if you're not familiar with this card, the Mnemonic Betrayal says exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. You may then cast those cards this turn. You may spend mana of any color to cast them. And at the beginning of the next end step, if those cards remain in exile, they're returned to graveyards. Y'all, did I mention that this is also a part of a 2-card win con? Did I mention that? Can I get some amens in the chat? Can I get some amens in the chat for this, y'all? Because we're about to go bonkers. We're about to go bonkers, y'all. What is up, Hades Box? Welcome to the stream. Mnemonic Betrayal plus Blood Chief's Ascension. Let's read how this works. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you may put a quest counter on Blood Chief's Ascension. Amen from Revan. Amen from Demo Dom, baby. Let's go. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard, they lose 2 life. You gain 2 life. Now, if you still don't get it, let's go back to Mnemonic Betrayal. Let's say earlier in the game, we casted Fractured Sanity for 3 blue. Often, we can do this turn 2 or turn 3, right? There's 14 cards in their graveyards. Let's say by turn 4, because we casted Blood Chief's Ascension on turn 1, it was already active. There's already 3 quest counters on it. People like hitting each other, you know? It's reasonable. Now, there's probably up to 16 to 17 cards at everyone's graveyards, right? By this time of the game, everyone's around 30 life, right? Mnemonic Betrayal puts those cards back into everyone's graveyards. That means when all 17 of those cards return back to their graveyards, it triggers Blood Chief's Ascension 17 times, draining them for 34 life. Y'all, I will never be a boring mofo that builds a commander and only makes the win con about the commander. No, this is building off of the secondary identity game plan of our commander. We're already milling so many cards into graveyards in order to reanimate and then steal with our commander. Why not benefit off of the fact that we're doing that game plan already and put this nuts combo out, right? So good. So good. I agree, Demo Don. I agree. Hear me out. Grave Betrayal. Are we already running Grave Betrayal? Let's double check this. We're going to Hear Me Out. Let's go to Hear Me Out. Grave Betrayal. Scarfall being a little slow today, y'all. Just heads up. Oh, buddy. I love this card. Let's make sure it's the right card for the deck, though. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I know. Hold on. Order in the court. Order in the court. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control with an additional +1/+1 counter at the beginning of the next end step. That creature is a black zombie. We're going to jail. We're going to jail. This deck, we're going to jail. We are terrible people. We are going to end up in a place where no one will be ever able to see us again. Y'all, this does the same thing as the Athreos. If we infinitely tap and untap our commander and steal all the creatures, they die and we get them back. Oh, we're going to jail. We're going to jail. We're going to jail. Into the deck, baby. Gold Star. Grave Betrayal. So amazing. Also, next week, when we're doing more decks, getting a gold star from me during the Hear Me Out section, you are going to get something on the stream for that. So be excited for next stream. We got a lot, but we need decks. Guys, I only have one deck to do next Tuesday. I need you guys to send in more decks. I need you to go to the Patreon right now. One of you right now needs to go and get a tier 3 sub on the Patreon, so I got another deck to do next Tuesday. I don't want to just do one deck on stream. Come on. So if you're watching, go on to the Patreon. I gotta have more decks for next Tuesday. Come on. Yep. Yeah, Tyler, this is a spicy one. Better than Athreus because it doesn't need the coin setup. Exactly. Completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. Very good. We also are including Memory Plunder. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. How many damn people play a sweeper spell and then don't get swept? It's time to punish them. If you get swept, that sweeper's in their graveyard. Memory Plunder, mofo. We ain't letting them get away with it. No siree. They're going to be in the graveyard with us. But now that everything is in the graveyard, my friends, do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Living Death, baby. Each player removes all creature cards in his or her graveyard from the game, sacrifices all creatures he or she controls, then puts all the cards he or she removed this way. Yeah. All cards go into play. And then you know what we start doing? We start stealing, baby. We start stealing left and right. This deck is meant to be fun. That's the point. We are stealing cards, but we're letting everyone have fun. We're not a boring theft deck. Not at all. We got Rise of the Dark Realms, stealing every single creature and every single graveyard. Boys, we got Reanimate. We got Twilight Call. So good. We also have things such as Mind Funeral. 1 colorless blue-black. Target opponent reveals cards from the top of his or her library. And then until 4 land cards are revealed. That player then puts all cards revealed this way into the graveyard. You're going to get a lot of cards off this. You're going to hit a lot of cards off Mind Funeral. For 3 mana, you might mill like 50 cards sometimes. It's insane. Total. Not on one person. Maybe if they're unlucky. If someone's playing Oops All Spells, Mind Grind, X blue-black. Each opponent reveals the top cards of his or her library until she removes X land cards. Then puts all her cards revealed this way into her graveyard. Mind Grind is nasty late game. If you put X like 5 on this thing, they're gonna mill so many things. You might mill people out in this deck, to be honest. Like, that's just a third game plan. We've got theft, we've got control, we've got mill out. This deck can win in so many ways. I cooked hard with this one. Cackling Counterpart. Create a token copy of target creature you control with flashback. Oh yeah, we're copying more. Now, let's talk about this for a second. We said this at the beginning. For those of you who have joined recently into the stream, this deck plays Sakashima, allowing us to copy our commander and have non-legendary rule, make lots of copies, and then our commander taps and steals creatures. So what do we like to do with stolen creatures, y'all? What do we like to do with them? Anyone have a guess? Keep them up as blockers to keep the Monarch, because we're going to be being the Monarch this whole game. Y'all, we are playing the Court Cycle. So, let's talk about that Court Cycle. When Court of Ambition enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 3 life unless they discard a card. If you're the Monarch, instead, each opponent loses 6 life unless they discard 2 cards. This fuels graveyards for our reanimation, which loses them life, which draws us cards, and we have blocker. Sick gas Nasty cards, baby. Oh, Court of Ambition is so nasty in this deck. And it's cheap. Go get your Court of Ambition today. So good. So good. Court of Cunning. Whenever Court of Cunning enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, any number of target players each mill 2 cards. If you're the monarch, they mill 10. Oh, just, can you imagine having both of this out when you're the monarch? I can't. It's just, oh, I'm basking in it for a second. I'm just gonna bask. We're gonna bask. Is there enough want of copy and targeting your own stuff to run Vesuvian Diplomacy? Tyler from the top rope with a hear me out. Vesuvian Emissary Diplomacy. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token copy, except it's not legendary. So here's the problem. Also, genius call out. Tyler, gold star just for talking about this card for a second. Here's the problem with this card. We're not targeting with copy spells. Most of our copy spells say when they enter the battlefield, they become a specific creature. So we aren't targeting, which doesn't allow this to work. This card is sick in the sense if you're playing red. Red runs all the awesome copy spells. And also, one of you out here right now, please go order a Grixis copy deck from me on the custom deck building on the tier 3 sub. One of you go sub, please. I want to build one next week. I've been itching to build one. But sadly, it doesn't target. So this one doesn't go in the deck. Very sadly. Last Court of Vantress. When Court of Vantress enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose up to 1 target enchantment or artifact. If you're the monarch, you may create a token copy of it. Bing, bang, boom. If you're not the monarch, you may have Court of Vantress become a copy of it, except it has this ability. Yes, Tyler. Amazing in VV. Totally agree with that. Super sick nasty in VV. Yeah, Court of Vantress, baby. Super good card. Super, super, super good card. This was a weird one. This is a last minute include. Field of Dreams allows us to look at the top card of every person's library. And the idea about this is that we often mill and we want to choose when to mill. And this helps out with that. But also, look how pretty this damn card is. The art is so cool. That's half the reason I want to run it. Hear me out. We got to hear me out. Jace's Archivist. Ooh. Ooh, baby. Hear me out. Jace's Archivist. 1 colorless blue. Creature of Vidalcan Wizard. 1 blue tap. Each player discards his or her hand, then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. Windfall on a stick. Sign me the up, baby. I like that. Jace's Archivist slamming into the deck. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gold star. Gold star. Love it. Our next big enchantment is Infernal Genesis. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. He or she then puts X 1/1 black minion creature tokens into play, where X is that card's converted mana cost. This is a fun card. We're still at bracket 3. We're still trying to make friends. We're still trying to have fun. And this makes Mild less threatening, less frustrating. It's just a fun card. Definitely one you can bite off. A bit off topic, but could you explain the Blue Sun Zenith Infinite in the Kamigawa Landfill deck? Yes, Wacky Pizza Man. I would be happy to do so. In the Kamigawa Landfill deck, there are a lot of cards. Oh, you're not in jail. Sorry, let's back you out of that. So in the Kamigawa Landfill deck, there's ways to infinitely re-ETB lands in that deck. While you have Lotus Cobra out, that makes you infinite mana. What that also means is all you have to do is generate infinite mana. There's lots of ways and lots of combos in the deck that do that. You cast Blue Sun Zenith, target an opponent, They draw their entire library. They lose the game. You then shuffle Boost and Zenith back in your library. You simply play a land with your commander out. You get to draw it because it's the last card in your library. Hit somebody else with it. And you can do that 3 times and infinitely draw everyone out of their decks. Mostly it's in there because there's really awesome Kamigawa art of the card, and that's why I love it in the deck. Next is Memory Erosion. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player puts the top 2 cards of their library in their graveyard. We're at bracket 3. There are people that like to go infinite and storm off. Memory Erosion kind of stops them and advances our game plan. It's almost a stacks piece in this bracket. I really enjoy it. Necromancy. 2 colorless and a black. You may cast Necromancy as though it had flash, and then you get to reanimate something with it. I'm not going to read the whole card, don't worry. It is a flash enchantment, and it can hit any creature in anyone's graveyard. Do I need say more? I need say more, baby. Nah. Gas. We obviously want to protect our commander, so we are running Swiftfoot Boots. We are running Helm of the Host. That way, if we do have the non-legendary rule going, Helm of the Host just makes a copy constantly. Super gas. You're very welcome, Wacky Pizza Man. You're very welcome. We have other ways to protect, such as Fierce Guardianship. It is one of our very few game changers in the deck. We're also running Counterspell and Delay. That way people cannot hit our commander because people are going to try to. We have Insane Mana's Acceleration between Cabal Ritual, which, by the way, as we mill ourselves, makes it make 2 for 2 mana, you make 5 black. And Dark Ritual, which makes 3 mana for 1 mana. Pretty great. Hear me out. Stolen Identity. Oh, buddy. Talk about Stolen Identity. 4 colorless and blue. Sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of artifact creature. Cipher. Then you may exile this spell. Card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever the creature deals combat damage to a player, you may copy it. I like Stolen Identity. It's just a little too slow for my taste, but you can run it. It's good in the deck. I just think it's better in red decks that want to copy more often. So, definitely a good way to put it. But, y'all, it is time for us to play the deck and show it off a little bit here. So, do we like this mulligan? We have Lantern of Insight, and we have 2 lands, and we have Reanimate, and we have Brevac. All really awesome things. But you know what this hand doesn't have? It doesn't have a way to get out our commander early. So, we're gonna boot that one. Ooh, that's hard to put back. Lantern and Mindcrank. And this hand plays on curve with a copy spell. This is pretty sick. All right. Fetid Pool. Bink. Lantern of Insight, baby. Already looking at the top people's decks. Next turn. Collecting Pool. Bing, bing. Mindcrank. Whenever an opponent loses life, you put that many cards into their graveyard from the top of their library. So we're now seeing the top people's libraries and they're milling cards into their library for us. Super sick. Scalding Tarn. Crack it. Gonna go get ourselves a UC. Bing, bing, bing. That's our commander, baby. We have cards in graveyards. We can see tops of library, and we have our commander with backup protection on turn 3. For bracket 3, this is cracked. Like, this is pretty cracked. Next turn, baby. Oh, from the top rope. Love it. You love to see it. Not only do we have protection, we can now reanimate something that someone else has played. Let's steal someone's creature. Let's go get a token for that. So we have someone's creature. Boom. We attack. We mill people with Mindcrank from attacking them. And then we reanimate whatever that we just milled from them. Boom. We have another creature. Next turn. Got a land. Love to see it. Go get a Tundi. Our commander stays tapped. So now if we would like to, we have access to 4 mana and we can either cast Helm of the Host, but since we don't currently have a way to get rid of the legendary rule, we're going to hold Helm of the Host back, and we're going to clone one of the cards that we've stolen. Normally, like a really good creature. Very good. And then we start swinging in. Bing, bing, boom. Mind cranking, baby. Next turn. Mirror box up the top. Can this be any better? Can this be any better? 1, 2, 3. Mirror box. Next turn, we get to Helm of the Host. I love it. I love this deck. I love it. I love it. I love it. So much fun. So much freaking fun. Chat, can I get some amens in the chat? I want some amens. So much fun. So much dang fun. Oh my gosh. So good. But y'all, I do need to be saying something to you. We need another deck to do. We need another deck for next week's stream. All right? We need another deck. So, if any of you guys are watching and you like what you're seeing and you want to get a deck done for you custom, go to the Patreon right now. Go get yourself a deck. I want to have enough decks for next Tuesday. And right now, I only got one deck. Also, yes, Mindcrake's plus Blood Chief's Ascension also goes infinite, baby. Super easy infinite. So sick. And then, what about the new FF Go-Go to copy activated abilities of commanders? There's lots of really good ways to copy our commanders, such as Marvin, which is a really good one. But those are just modular and things that you can put in as you see whether or not you want more copies. But Marvin is a really good one, as well as the Go-Go. So, y'all. That was the Merit deck. I need to go to the bathroom. Demo, I'm so glad you enjoyed your deck. I can't wait to make you another one next month. It's going to be sick. I have an awesome idea. I hope you reach out for your Gonti deck. I'm excited about the Gonti deck. Or if you want to do a Grixis copy pile, I'd love to make one of those for you too. But y'all, I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. We're going to take a very short break. I will be right back. Oh yeah, baby. We back already. Awesome. Very excited to do Gonti next month. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome demo. All right. Let me grab a cracker here. I'm not talking about myself. Let me eat a little snack, and we're going to start on the next deck. You know what? Let's chat for a little bit. Take a little break. How's everybody doing? What's your day like? Are people at work? What kind of work do you do? Oh, I am able to chat. Oh, if y'all got any questions for me, I'd love to answer. Let's chill. I got grapes. I got crackers. I got water. Let's do it. What's up? What's good? Doing fine, Frank. I love to hear it. Last day of work for me for 6 weeks. Whoa, what kind of job do you have? That's nice. Hot damn. Is that a military or? But also, if you guys got any questions for me, I'll answer anything right now. Watching from work myself. Slow day today. Love to hear it, Tyler. Love to hear it. I love streaming midday because I know there's so many bored people. You're helping autistic kids go to school? That's awesome. I actually used to do social work myself. Let's talk about music. Do you know Igor? Of course I know Igor. Absolutely. I'm a huge metal fan. I mean, heck, Igor came out around the same, like what, maybe 5 or 10 years after Gojira from the same area in France. What types of genres do I enjoy to produce? So, I have made video game soundtracks. I've made show soundtracks. I've made movie soundtracks. I've made EDM. I've made metal. I've made jazz, classical, you name it. You name it. Probably my favorite to make is symphonic metal or like symphonic electronic. So think a mix of like Daft Punk and like Meshuggah. Put those two together. That's probably my favorite to make right now. Yeah. Almost done with my crackers. We'll get a new deck started here in just a bit. May or may not have my work on the other screen. Heck yeah. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Do y'all want to hear an unreleased song from one of my games? Let me put one on. Here, give me 2 seconds. I'll pull it out from the old files. This is illegal, by the way. I'm not allowed to show these. Let's go to my old game soundtracks. This one I can't legally show due to NDAs, and then the game is never coming out, so I don't care. Let's see here. Which one do I want to do? I think you guys will really like this one. I'll turn up the music too. That way you can hear it. Which one do I want to do? They're all so good. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. This is... You wanted some orchestral metal? Here you go. Yeah, so I've got plenty of that packing that we can listen to sometime, chat. But, yep. I'm glad you guys are coming in here. What's up, Dylan? How you doing? And oh my gosh, someone who saw me IRL. Dude, yeah, we did take a picture together the first round. That's so sick to see you. What's up, Brendan? I'm glad you like the music. Let me grab our background music we were using earlier and put that back on so we're not sitting here in silence with our thoughts. How scary would that be? Oh my gosh. But yeah, lots of stuff I could play. Tyler says, if you're into orchestral music, have you heard of Abbey Road versions architects? Yes, I actually have. Correct. Yeah, I have heard of that. Y'all, I think it's time to get into another deck. I've loved chatting, and let's move it over to a deck. I'm very excited about this. Our next deck comes from Irwin. Indoraptor, the perfect hybrid. Y'all, here we come. Bracket 4 Brutal Group Slug. Ooh, buddy, this one's gonna be rough. By the way, if you want a custom deck done by me, hop on over to the Patreon. We got openings for new decks next week. Make sure to hop in. It was a $500 to $700 USD budget, so I needed it to be brutal, not expensive. Not that $500 to $700 USD isn't expensive. Their favorite coffee is a flat white or espresso, and their dream date is Christmas plus movie and dinner. I couldn't agree more about that date. I could not freaking agree more. So my last name means Christmas in Italian, so that is absolutely an ideal date. I believe that Christmas is honestly, it's a mood. It is a place of mind rather than a real thing we have to go to. The birth of Christ, how incredible. Totally agree with that. That doesn't really, add up. These two things ain't really adding up too hard, but, Brutal Group Slug. So before we move on from the description here, what is Group Slug? Group Slug means that the effects that you're doing, yes, Franken, Natali. Bon Natali, Merry Christmas. Group Slug means that the effects you're doing that get you ahead hurt everyone equally. You are never damaging one person. You are always swinging at every fence available. We are hitting the broadside of the barn with this one. With that being said, without further ado, y'all, let's get into the deck tech for Irwin. Let's update what current deck we are brewing. That way it is accurate on screen. Boonk, boonk. Save that JPEG so it updates my stream overlay. Done. Okay. Which, by the way, next week, the stream's getting a huge update. I have been working really hard on it. This is kind of makeshift for now. So don't worry. Y'all about to see a lot more from me. Okay. What does this deck do? First, Bloodthirsty X. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the damage dealt to your opponent's turn. That means we want to be dealing damage to our opponents in mass, even before we cast our commander. It's got Menace, and it says Enrage. Whenever Indoraptor, the perfect hybrid, is dealt damage, choose an opponent at random. At random! Indoraptor deals damage equal to its power to that player unless they sacrifice a non-token creature. Y'all. Oh, Tyler. You know they already in the deck. Don't worry. You know they already in the deck. So, this commander seeks to be a heavy disruptive force, constantly sweeping boards, constantly dealing damage to the group, and constantly enraging the raptor. But y'all, let's practice some proper deck etiquette for a second. We don't want this deck to peter out and be useless if someone plays Draenith Magistrate. And don't give me that, yeah, we'll run enough removal so that's not a problem. Y'all, sometimes our commander just doesn't stick to the field. Right? You bet in those games. I bet in those games. I know I have. No matter how well I build the deck, without blue in it, we really can't guarantee it. Let's be straight on this fact for a second. So, I built this deck in order to be functional without just the commander. All right? We want to make sure this thing still runs. So, Obviously, in order to make this deck work, we need things that hit into Raptor. We're not dumb, we're still going to include that. So Cunning Spark Mage allows every single turn for us to tap, deal 1 damage to our own commander, and enrage. Super helpful. What's that? Blood Cultist. Same exact thing. What's that? Fire Slinger. What's that? Prodigal Pyromancer. What's that? Spark Mage Apprentice. What's that? Vithian Stinger, baby. What's that? Fire it! I could go on. And I will. There are more. But we need these types of effects. I like to call them Fire Ant effects because it's the first creature that really did this back in the day consistently without having to like have another after effect happen. The idea here is the deck is full of these functional cards. The good thing is, as you can notice, it doesn't say a target creature often, or like it has to be our own. These effects allow us to normally wipe the board from people's mana dorks and other things. A lot of 1/1 creatures, you know, getting Orcish Bowmasters off the board and other things. These help, so they're functional outside of what we're doing with our Rappy Boy. So Rappy Boy here wants to be enraged, and we only want to do 1 damage to enrage it. So these just so amazing. But we also need a little bit of ramp. Brazen Collector. Yep, Hades Box Pestilence. You know, we're going to be talking about that card very soon. Brazen Collector is a little bit of red ramp. Whenever we attack, we add red, and we don't lose it through steps and phases. So it's not like we have to use it immediately. We're running Mog Fanatic, so while we're churning through our deck, if we want to activate something instantly, we want to slam Mog Fanatic. That's really, really, really helpful. But let's talk about, before I go into how awesome our freaking commander is, let's talk about the secondary game plan, y'all. I'd like to turn your attention. Ready? Hold up. Little freaking drum roll. Drum roll, please. I need to get a drum roll sound effect up in here. Y'all. These are our enchantments. These are all of them. That's it. Do you notice something? No Soul Ring. No Arcane Signet. No Lotus Petal. No artifacts. Bull. Y'all, this is a no-rod deck. Group Slug to the max. We're going to make sure that this is a creatures-only game. Get your artifacts out of here, baby. We're going to play at our pacing. So we have that, and we have Collector Oof, because this does, in fact, have green. Oh, our first, hear me out, Pain for All. 2 colorless, 1 red, enchant creature you control. When this R enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. So, it's weird. It doubles down on the effect that's already very good. Our commander's already going to be dealing damage and to everyone. And often when we deal damage to our own creature, we're dealing only 1. And so it just pings people for 1 damage. And so it's good. It's just not great. It has value, but the value is minimal. It's very good. We're going to ping people for 1 damage very often. I'm not on this card, but I think it's a very reasonable card to put in the deck, and I agree with it. So gold star on that recommendation. It's not in the version I built, but I think it's still a very good card. I have an Intrepid Dragon's Approach deck that rarely does much, so I'm going to be paying close attention to this one. Very, very good. You should. So, here, officially, is our secondary game plan, y'all. We're going to be running a ton of effects. Little more build up. Like Underworld Dreams. You want to make everyone get dealt a ton of damage? Underworld Dreams plus Winds of Change. deal like 21 damage to everybody already, without the commander, and then slam the commander. Bloodthirsty X coming with 21 extra power and toughness. Y'all, we've done it. We've done it. Can you ask for more? Can you ask for more? This deck is full of wheeling effects. We got Wheel of Misfortune, Winds of Change, Dark Deal. We're on a $700 budget, so we did not put Wheel of Fortune in here, but if you want to go for it, highly suggest picking up a Wheel of Fortune for this. And then we have ways to double this down by having an Orcish Bowmaster on the field when they're drawing all those cards. Now, guys, y'all, Kitten Club, we're running way more than that, too. But, Teferi's Puzzle Box, every turn, while having Underworld Dreams out? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sick nasty. So, this deck also plays things like Caltrips. Whenever a creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to it. That triggers our commander again. Isn't that nuts? Y'all. Very, very helpful. Every time we get to attack. And our commander is normally going to be very, very big with this many +1/+1 counters on it. Or not counters, right? Yeah, +1/+1 counters on it. So we're going to be able to swing in constantly with the menace, constantly with the high power and toughness, trigger Caltrips, trigger our commander. Just nasty. Jessica's Will, actually often, this is actually being played more as a ramp spell. So we don't really care if our commander's out when we play this. We just want the mana, because a lot of our cards do cost a lot of mana. Now, I need to go grab a monster to keep my energy up as we keep going through this. So we're going to pause for just another second. I'm going to go grab a monster out of my fridge. Be right back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Monster pause. Monster pause. We have a really good question from JU6VI1UF6T. Well, JU6VI whatever. The reason we don't want to give it indestructible, and the reason that we're not leaning into that as like a needed piece, is because the commander already comes in with X +1/+1 counters on it due to damage. It's very rare we actually are going to like accidentally kill our own commander, pinging it with damage due to this. And so leaning into the indestructible game plan leans more into what I like to call greedy deck building style. So our commander is often only being hit with 1 damage in order to activate. That's just how the deck works. The other big deal about that is that if we don't get our commander out, if we're unable to play it, that spell that gives something indestructible is now a dead card in hand. It no longer helps out the deck. And so we want to make sure to consistently have cards in hand that always have a reason. We never want a card in hand that doesn't do anything. And that card can very easily become a dead card. It's not a bad idea, especially at lower brackets, but we're really jamming here. So Obviously, this deck has expensive cards to play, and we want to keep jamming. So let me open your eyes to Mana Geyser. For 5 mana, add 1 red mana to your pool for each tapped land opponent controls. If you slam this at turn 6, 5 mana, make like 20, especially if you're against a ramp deck. Big spice. Big spice. Love this card. We're also still playing Reforge the Soul as a miracle wheel, which is really great considering how many effects we have in this deck that deal damage to people based on how many cards they draw. We are obviously running Bowmaster in the list, so it also helps with that. And then one of my favorite cards in the deck, like we were talking about earlier, if we do a Dark Deal, a Winds of Change, a wheel on a turn that we have Underworld Dreams out or Spiteful Visions out, if we play one of those, y'all, and then we play our commander, Chandra's Ignition the commander, when it's like a 22/22, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and opponent. This is a win con. Chandra's Ignition often wins. It's so sick. How do we feel about fling effects in this iteration of the deck? We don't like fling because we want to repeatedly do the effect of the commander, sadly. So normally cool, but we're repeating it, and so that ends it normally. This deck has a bunch of ways to generate an insane amount of mana, so we did have Torment of Hailfire as a way to close out the game. X meaning basically triple, so if we play a 6 mana X Hellfire, that's 18 damage. That's nasty, and it normally wipes the board if they don't want to pay the life. We're playing a Deadly Dispute because often we're going to have trash mobs we don't care about anymore, and we just want to draw through a deck. We're a deck that needs card draw. Deadly Dispute's very, very good card draw. We're running Desperate Ritual. So for 1 colorless and a red, make 3 red, and you can splice it. So that means if you already have the mana to cast the spell you want to be casting, you can play this, and you may reveal a card from your hand and play the splice cost. So if you do, you cast it and get that effect. So if you cast any arcane spell, you can then just show it and then get the mana. Very great. Speaking of mana, we have Dark Ritual. Awesome. Seething Song, more mana. Cabal Ritual, more mana. But what are we going to do with that mana, y'all? We're going to plunge into darkness. So, a lot of you probably not heard of this card. It's one of my favorite cards in all of Magic the Gathering. It says choose 1. Sacrifice any number of creatures. Then you gain 3 life for each creature sacrificed this way. Pay X life and look at the top X cards of your library. Put one of those cards in your hand and remove the rest from the game. This seems wild, right? This kind of nutty. Right? So, the idea, you get to pay X life, then look at the top X cards of your library. There's going to be so many times where you want to Hail Mary in this deck. And we're on a budget, so we can't just put every single freaking tutor in this deck. We're at $700. We're already at a certain point. So we slam this, and just think of the hold on, chat. Think of the fucking aura you're gonna have. The aura you're gonna have casting the spell. You know, if you find Chandra's Ignition, you win the game. You want that card. I'm little Timmy. Hey guys, I'm gonna play Demonic Tutor, and then I'm going to play my and then I'm gonna go get Chandra's Ignition and I win the game. You are going to look so much cooler going, I pay 30 life. I got Chandra's Ignition. We're aura farming with this card straight up. If you have Demonic Tutor, take it out. Put Demonic Tutor back in. But I wanted one of you out there to just feel the aura of playing this damn card. It's so cool. And you can entwine it, meaning you can pay 1 extra black to do both these effects. That's normally what you want to do. So sack all the extra creatures you have, which this deck has a ton of, gain like 21 life, pay 21, go get that card. Dude, it's so cool. Ugh. Chat, do you understand me? Do you understand me? Do you know my blight? Ugh. Always got an aura farm. You always do. Come on. It's just such a fun card. Such a dang fun card. Okay. Let's be realistic. We gotta win this game. Gotta have some protection. Deflecting SWAT. Very important for this deck. Deadly Rollick. Also very important for this deck. Need to make sure we're wiping out things we don't want on the board and keeping the things we want. Now, there's way more aura. That's way more aura than Necropotent's Freefall. Yeah, totally agree. Which, actually, that's a good point. Balder Luca, welcome, hello, Fuzzy. Hear me out. Body Count. I like the sound of that card. Body Count. What does that do? Hear me out. Body Count. 2 colors and a black. Spectacle. You may cast a spell for its spectacle cost. We love Spectacle in this household. We're a Spectacle household. I almost started reading the flavor text. You know what? Hold on. I can't reach over there. We're not going to look what the card does yet. We're going to read the flavor text first. Your friends stayed quiet and looked what happened to them. You feel a little more talkative yet? Ooh, aura, baby. All right, let's see what it does. Draw a card for each creature that died under your control this turn. Sadly, we're not killing our own creatures a lot. Sadly, we aren't doing that. That would be very cool in a lot of decks, and thank you for putting it on my radar, Fuzzy. Gold star. Thank you. I got this card locked in the dome now for the next time we need it. I appreciate you a lot. But what we are doing is using Roaming Throne to trigger things that come in. So this helps a ton, allowing us to get a doubling effect on a lot of these effects that allow us to go. So often, Roaming Throne is going to be used to double Interraptor's triggered ability. But it does have other uses. And like we talked about, we never want a card in our deck that only helps the commander. That's bad deck building practice. We're also running Orcish Lumberjack. Sacrifice the forest, add 3 rand mana of any color. So if we really want to get our commander out super fast, you play this on turn 1. You play a forest turn 2. And then you have 3 red. Easy peasy. That's your commander. So we love Orcish Lumberjack. Very fun card. Next, Dothy. You're playing against a lot of very good players in your bracket, and you've talked about it, so I wanted to give you a little bit of protection. Dothy allows you to shut down their graveyard shenanigans and allows you to play things after they play it, so you can copy their really good spells. Dothy should be in every bracket for black deck. I stand by that. All right, we're ranting. Guys, we're ranting. I got to rant. If you're in bracket 4, if you are playing with friends that like degenerate Magic, they almost always play graveyard shenanigans. Who doesn't? We do. Don't get caught with your pants down. Play Dothy. Be responsible. Like, it's so good. It shuts down their bad breach decks. It shuts down the reanimation decks. It shuts down so many things. Delve decks, recast decks, whatever. And then you get to cast their cards. What's fun? What's more fun than that? Huh? Didn't think so. Didn't think so. Just saying. He's cheap too. $8.49, and that's if you're buying a light play copy. Thank you, Revan, from the top rope. And he's cheap. Also, speaking about the top rope, speaking of which, if any of you are interested, I still have openings for next Tuesday. I need 2 more people. I need 2 more people to become members of the Patreon and order custom decks so we can have a stream next Tuesday. Please, if you haven't already seen the Patreon, go to Patreon, order a custom deck. I will be showing it here live, teaching it to you, sending it to you. And if you want, I will even get the commander, sign it, and send it to you afterwards. My commander signatures look sick as hell. I think they're on the Discord. If you go to the Discord, you can see some of them. But please, I need 2 more decks for next Tuesday's stream. I want to keep this going. I don't want to stop. So, let's keep this deck going. Y'all. Let me preach the gospel of Grape Shot for a second. Holy cow. Okay. Close your eyes. Chat, close your eyes. Enter the zone with me. Enter the zone. Are you in the zone? We're all in the zone? Hold on, let me get a sip of Monster. Let me get back in the zone. All right. It's turn 6. Our commander is a 6/6. We dealt 3 damage to our opponents and casted it earlier. We're chilling, and we're kind of bored. Our friends are comboing. They're playing a lot of spells. Maybe a little too many. Your friend is playing a Spellslinger deck, and he has casted like 8 spells this turn. Your friends casted an extra 3 to try to stop them, and they just couldn't get them to stop because this is bracket 4. And they're about to start an infinite turn. Are you still closing your eyes? Grape Shot at storm count 13. Hit your commander and re-trigger it 13 times. Dog. Grape Shot's awesome. Genuine win con. Oh. Y'all, we're being visited. Hey, kitty. Everyone say hello. Everyone say hello to the kitty. Hi, Navi. Good kitty. Everyone say hello. I said go kitty. Yeah, I said go kitty. Oh, she purring so hard. Ooh, she purring. Ooh. Hey, here, Navi. Come here. Mwah. Right, I'm streaming. Daddy's streaming, okay? Daddy's streaming. I love you. Okay. So, let's get into this Hear Me Out from Fuzzy Requiem Monolith. Is Requiem Monolith. I like the name of the card. Are there alt arts for this? I feel like there might be. Oh, it's just wait, view all printings. Okay. Requiem Monolith, 2 black artifact. Tap until end of turn. Target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards, lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Sold. Gold star. Gold freaking star, my dude. Oh my gosh. Gold freaking star. Holy crap. That is a nasty, dude. Holy crap. Oh, also, I forgot to press it. I had a cat button. I had the cat on button. I'm so sorry I didn't press it. Her face is literally on the button that I made. Bye, Navi. Bye-bye. Oh, she's coming back. Now she's just staring at me. Okay. Yeah, that is a nasty card at pre-release, Abra. I completely agree. Completely agree. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Holy cow. Okay. We're running Blasphemous Act. to clear the board before we cast our commander if the game gets a little too hectic. I hope you guys can understand the play pattern behind that one. Now, speaking of secondary game plans, we obviously don't want to fold the Draenith. That would mean we suck at Magic. We're running Painful Quandary. Yeah. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Yeah. 5 life. Now our commander gets an extra 5 counters. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure we're pretty happy with that. Pretty sure. Elegy Acolyte did a lot of work for me pre-release. Yes, Elegy Acolyte's awesome. That was a really cool pre-release card. Okay, Jaren. Is Jaren still in the chat? It's your card. It's your card. We're back to it. Here we go. Here we go. Pestilence, baby. At the end of your turn, if there are no creatures in play, sacrifice Pestilence. That's never going to happen to us. Pay a black. Pestilence deals 1 damage to each creature and each player, y'all. 1 black, activate our commander. Oh! So good. Just, oh, what's that? You had something to say? No, you don't. So good. So good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an extra copy of it with Pyromania. Nasty. Pay 1 mana, trigger our commander, and wipe the board. So freaking good. So freaking good, dude. Oh, I love. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Now, think about doing that, what we just talked about, with Furnace of Wrath out. Oh, yeah. Deep Cuts, baby. 8th edition. If a source would deal damage to a creature or player, it deals double that damage instead. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. After that, Mana Barbs. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, Mana Barbs deals 1 damage to that player. I can't tell you how many times I've casted. Now, hear how nuts this play pattern is, y'all. Let me grab it. You cast. Oh, am I dumb? Am I not? Am I blind? I'm blind. Cast Blasphemous Act. Right? Everyone starts tapping mana to do something on their turn because they don't want their creatures to die, or they're trying to counter it or whatever. Now everyone's been dealt like 9 damage. Like everyone on average tapped like 3 mana before this happened. Mana Barbs being out. Now they've been dealt 9 damage. Cast our commander. Bloodthirsty 9. Oh yeah. Ooh, JU6 says, hear me out. It that betrays as a finisher. Ooh. All right, that's a good hear me out. That's a good hear me out. 12 colorless, Annihilator 2. Whenever opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Sick card. Sick card. Nasty. Big card. Not what the deck is trying to do. And often, this card will be a dud in our hand. And our games probably won't go this long in a deck like this. So sadly, it's just a win more card. It does great stuff, but it does more than what we need. It's actually too much of the effect. And we need to run a little lower to the ground than this card is asking us to. But I do very much like your thought process. Gold freaking star. Stay messed up in the head, my friend. Stay messed up in the head. I forgot to mention this. We are running Mana Dorks, Finhorn Elves, Gilded Goose, Llanowar Elves. I'm pretty sure we're running Birds of Paradise. Are we not? We should be running Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise. Let's add that in there. Yep. Or were we already running Birds? No, we weren't. Okay, good. Yeah, Birds of Paradise. Also, just to show you guys, I got to show you my favorite. Everyone talks about Birds of Paradise having like awesome art and all like that, right? And they always talk about the 7th edition foil. Look, I get it. $2,800 bird. Very cool. I understand. But my favorite art I got for $2 from Walmart. Birds of Paradise promo from these like weird Walmart packs. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this card. It was, I don't know what they're called, but they're these like really weird Walmart packs. And so when I was 15 years old, I think 15 years old, I went to Walmart and bought some dual decks, and it's what got me into Commander. And one of the things I bought was this plastic cube that had a guaranteed promo in it in a couple packs, and it came with this in it. I mean, look, I get one. I actually have no idea what Therese Nielsen did. I know they got canceled. So understand what I'm about to say has nothing to do with the fact that they're canceled or what they did. I have no idea if they did like terrible things or not. I do love their art, and this is my favorite Therese Nielsen art. I understand something about them getting canceled. I don't keep up with that, and don't tell me. I don't care. I don't like, it's just Magic art. I don't want to know. But dear God, that art, gorgeous. Also, we are running Perforos, God of the Forge, and before I read it, we're going to read its duplicate effect in the deck. Impact Tremors. Whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, deal 1 damage to each opponent. We're going to be playing so many creatures so often, and we want to trigger this on a turn before we play our Raptor, our Rappy Boy, so that way we get more Bloodthirsty X. Impact Tremors helps Bloodthirsty X so freaking much. Super good card in this deck. Now, another one. Ankh of Mishra. Bet you haven't heard of this card. I didn't until I was researching this deck. Whenever a land comes into play, Ankh of Mishra deals 2 damage to that land's controller. Talk about group slug. You're putting a like 10 turn clock on the game if they're running fetches. Think about that. Oh, I'm sorry. You're playing a landfall deck? Not anymore, you're not. Group Slug loves this card. Every Group Slug deck should be playing this card. It's busted. Like, can you imagine someone playing Cultivator Colossus, right? Or like some infinite land combo, and they look over and notice this on the table? Just, God, it would be so funny. I'd pay to watch that. Tyler said, is Bolt Wave already in? 1 mana, get 9 counters on Intrepitor seems good. That's a good hear me out, Tyler. Oh my God. Let's show the class. 1. Jesus! Jail! 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 Oh, we're terrible people! We're terrible people! Oh my God! Oh, that's so good! Landfall, more like downfall. Tennismatic. Love it. Love it. Gold star for that comment. Very good. Holy God. Yeah, Bolt Wave's going in the deck. Bolt Wave is in the deck. Holy crap. I gotta check my bulk. Oh my gosh. Carpolgian Minotaur. This would probably be better in bracket 3 version. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, landfall, more like downfall. Love it. Intrepitor seems mega fun. My favorite commander is Obnixilis. Yes. Alex B. If you want to be playing Obnixilis, but in a lower bracket, as to not frustrate opponents or your friends or lose friends for that matter, this is the way to go. I completely agree with that. That is a wonderful way to look at this. Gold star for that comment. I love that. Absolutely. Y'all, we're not done. I added even more mean things to this. And you know what? Let's rant for a second. Hold up. You're not in jail anymore. I promise. Yeah, turn 4 Bolt Wave Intrepitor sounds pretty good. I totally agree, Tyler. Here's the thing. Do you notice how we're not done? Like, we've got so much more deck to talk about. We haven't run out of deck, right? We have more things. I think more Jund and Green Plus commanders need to be running No Rod plus Collector Oof. More of them should be running it, because then you don't have to run artifacts. And you get to enjoy the game just playing spells. Just a rant. More Jund decks should be doing that. We need more artifacts don't work spells outside of just green and white. We need more of those. Yeah, that's why I took it apart, to be honest. Been looking for a lower power version of the style. Also, Velociraptors are cool. Yes, they freaking are. If you were looking for it, this is great. Turn 4 Bolt Wave, Tyler. That's nasty. So, more of the evil things we're doing. Roiling Vortex. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast that spell, it deals 5 damage to them. Yeah. Pretty freaking insane. Pretty good card. Yeah, it's going to help you out a lot. Very, 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 very good card. And then let me double check something real quick. Okay, good. So helps us lower the table, helps us group slug really well. But also, if anyone's trying to counter your deck by gaining life, you can pay 1 red and make them unable to do so. Very, very relevant in this deck. Then we have Sulfuric Vortex. At the beginning of each player's turn, upkeep that deals 2 damage to that player. If a player would gain life, they instead lose life. You feeling me, y'all? I'm so damn proud of this deck. Man, if y'all are watching and you want a custom deck by me and like see how much effort I put into these, go to the Patreon, go pick yourself up a custom deck. I need more decks to build for next Tuesday's stream. I only got 1 right now. I don't want to only do 1 deck in 1 stream. Come on. Come join the Patreon. Obviously, we need to draw cards. So I added a Phyrexian Arena in just to make sure we don't peter out. Now, going back to Prophecy for a second, y'all. Citadel of Pain. At the end of each player's turn, Citadel of Pain deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of untapped lands he or she controls. This is so much better. So much better than you can ever imagine, guys. Citadel of Pain incentivizes every single player at the table to tap out. So when you start doing your BS, your total bolt, they're going to have no mana open to stop you. Such an underplayed card. Also, the art, dog. I love old school art like this. Love your energy, by the way. It's clear you love deck building and you put a lot of effort into it. Yes, I do, Alex. Little short story for you. Long story short. I've been doing Magic content for almost 4 years now. I did all the music for Shuffle Up and Play. I currently produce for Maldhound, Nitpicking Nerds. Jake separately now is Joel is Magic. Lots of other people. I have done content and production for so many people. And my wife on May 12th said, hey, stop being a little and do it yourself. She wanted me to bet on myself and make my own channel. Here we are. I can't believe it. We're almost at 15K subs, which is blowing my mind. And I've built so many decks in my time, and I want to help other people with that. And I just need to make sure I can feed my family while doing that. And so I want to do this full time. I want to stream all the time, help you guys, and do that. Thank you. I'm glad you like the brew. Thank you so much. Tyler, I run this card in my Yurlok Mana Burn deck. Jail Mana Burn Yurlok deck. Jail. Oh, that's nasty. Oh my god. Okay, 3 colors in red. Burning Earth. Whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana, deal 1 damage to that player. There you go. Oh, I'm very glad you like the podcast. Very glad you like it. I love doing that. I am the co-host of Playing with Power, and I do my podcast over there. I love doing it. We need to draw more cards. Black Market Connections. And if you guys have been watching the stream since last deck, you already know this card, baby. Blood Chief's Ascension is going to help us so much. And add insult to injury, kill one of their creatures, make it go into their graveyard, make them lose 2 life, and then cast your commander. Insult to injury. Now, let's get into the really deep cuts in this deck. This is the really weird stuff. If Citadel of Pain wasn't enough to y'all, Curse of Bloodletting. Enchant player. If it starts to deal damage to that player, it deals double instead. There are so many times this has won me games because it knocks out a player faster than the others. Super important. But also, Vicious Shadows. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, you may have Vicious Shadows deal damage to a target player equal to the number of cards in that player's hand. This is a game-winning spell. Vicious Shadows plus, let me hear it, Blast Act. Dude, evil. Just freaking evil. God, I love that card. All right, y'all. And yeah, the enchantment reminds me of Grievous Wound. True. All right. It's time for me to show you how it plays. Let's give her the old tilt-a-whirl here, y'all. So, a really good start here. Ooh. Okay, I like this a lot. This is a turn 2 commander after a turn 2 Facebreaker. Ooh. Here we go. Let's try it out. We'll pop a mountain. Go to turn 2. We'll pop a forest. Turn 2. Desperate Ritual. Make 3 red. Professional Facebreaker. Professional Facebreaker says, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Sacrifice treasure token. Exile the top card of your library. Go to turn 3. We're going to play... Ooh. Yeah, we're going to play our commander this turn for sure, but I have something nasty we can do as well next turn. So, Harsh Mentor says, whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, this creature deals 2 damage to that player. So, you may want to play this turn, but for the most part, I'm going to say land, dink, 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 or sorry, we're going to say land, attack in, make a treasure. We've done 2 damage. Boom. Now we've got 2 counters on the bad boy. So we have a 5/3 commander at the moment. Going to the next turn. Oh, we hit Pyrohemia. Oh my god, I love this deck. Oh my god, 2 red Pyrohemia. Swing in with both of our creatures. Make 2 treasures. Oh, not next turn. Sorry. All this is tapped. Make 2 treasures. Sack a treasure. Deal 1 damage to our creatures. Activate our commander. Deal it again. Activate 3 times. Dear God. Next turn. Roaming Throne. Oh my God. Roaming Throne. Attack in. Double treasure. Activate our commander twice. Get 4 trigger. Dude. Ew. Oh my God. What a deck. Oh yes. Y'all have to see this one. Oh, we don't have the mana. We got to pitch this one. No lands. Oh well. There we go. This is a nice one. See, this one goes long. I like this. But we played out the deck. You guys getting the gist of it. Very, very cool deck. Thank you for ordering this deck. Someone out there, I still haven't seen a new order for a deck today. We got to get new decks in for Tuesday. If you haven't ordered a deck, go to the Patreon. Let's go on to the next deck, y'all. it's time for the next deck. Last but not least, our last deck of the day. Deck number 4. Chatterfang, Squirrel General. That's right. I want you to look at the word right here, y'all. CEDH. TEDH. Tournament Commander. Chatterfang list. If you wanted something nasty, you're about to get it. Dear Lord, and I looked up so many tournament Chatterfang decks, y'all. Not good. Not good. I had to help them out. Oh, guys, it's time. Hold on. Kitty wanted some cuddles. We're about to witness a war crime. Code Exorcist, thank you for buying us to do this deck. Chatterfang enjoyers rejoice. This list is in fact about to be a war crime. Thank you, HWM Dragon and Tanesh Matic. See, we got there. Tenshi Matic. Kitty cam time, y'all.
Here, baby.
Oh, you want a hug? She wants a hug. You done? Can I get back to streaming? All right. She's going to sit here right here. So, we have a budget of 4,000 US dollars. This deck is meant to slam win attempts constantly and control the board. So, one thing, they like an iced orange espresso, and their ideal date is an amusement park with their fiance. So, not only do we have a Chatterfang player, we have one that's reasonable and healthy and actually likes good coffee. So you know we're about to have a very good deck. I'm debating on making a permanent cat cam, by the way, for the stream next week. So if we get enough deck submissions on the Patreon, guys, if you go buy one from me, I can probably make that happen. Should we just make Thursdays War Crime Thursdays from now on? I like that idea, Demo. I like that idea. That's a pretty good idea. Make Tuesdays the humane decks and Thursdays be the war crimes. Oh, guys, we got another cat. Here, Vito. Here, Vito. Come here. Meow, 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 meow. Come on. You want to be on stream, buddy? You want to be on stream? Let me go get Vito. Vito. Oh. Cats ran away. Okay. Oh my God. Do you want to be in the stream or not? What is it? You want to be on stream? All right. You can be on stream. You can be on stream. You're a good kitty. Hey, baby girl. So, a war crime but reasonable person. How specific do you got to be in your deck order? Do you provide a bracket shift solutions? Y'all do not worry. Let me help you with that. Let's actually check out what a submission form looks like and what other people have done. Let me just add a front display real quick. Okay, so we don't want any of that. Oh, where's my camera? What? Oh, I see now. Okay. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Okay. So, let's look at responses. So, this is what they look like. So, for the Chatterfang deck, we had... So, Code Exorcist, I just get you to put down your name, your email, your Discord name, all that jazz. And then I asked you, do you want a mystery deck? One of you did select a mystery deck, and that was very fun. And then I get you to ask if you do have a commander in mind. Choose your commander. Then you get to pick your color combo. Then you get, if you have a theme in mind, you can let me know. And then there's also a method where you can ask, just like you were saying before, It would be great to have options to replace some cards using your sticker method to make it bracket 3. So, as your question entails, already selected, don't worry about that. And they wanted this one to be TDH Perfect Tournament, gave me a budget, and then I ask a little bit about you. This section, this document is living and breathing and being updated as we learn how to request better documents and stuff like that from you guys. So, great question. Thank you for asking. That's how we do it. Whoops, there we go. There we go. Okay, great. So, it's time to get into the deck. This is our last deck of the day. Bonk. Chatterfang. Squirrel General. Y'all already know who this man's is. Y'all already know how baller Chatterfang is. Legendary creature Squirrel Warrior 3/3 Forest Walk. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus 1/1. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get a sip of Monster up in here before I try to speak that fast. Forest Walk. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel tokens are created instead. For a black, sacrifice X squirrels. Target creature gets plus X, minus X until end of turn. Gotta go, Alex B. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit up the Patreon. Can't wait to see you next stream. So, how does Chatterfang work? Chatterfang works by winning the game through combos using its activated abilities and helpful extra squirrel generation. That is a big portion of this deck. Let me change out our graphic so that way people know we're talking about Chatterfang while we're going through the deck. There we go. So, here's like kind of the ethos around this deck, and we need to talk about this for a second. A lot of people have built Chatterfang in a way that is a little Timmy-esque. They think, oh, I can make extra tokens. More tokens equals more win equals win game. We're talking about TEDH here, people. We don't want value. We want to win. We are not going to sit here with in our hand and be like, I have more extra squirrels. That doesn't help. So many people put Academy Manufacturer in this deck. Let me get it up. How do I spell that? Manufacturer. There we go. So a lot of people put Academy Manufacturer in this deck, right? I said, if you would create a clue or food token or treasure token, instead create one of each. So what this allows you to do normally is act as like a treasure creature, right? It's really helpful. So it's a part of an infinite combo for this deck. But the problem is, I know people that have put this card in the deck that just wanted the value from it. They didn't even know about the infinite combo. And that's like the sinkhole we get into with this deck. So, Chatterfang wants to find infinite combos. It also includes infinite combos that don't require the commander. And that's a very important thing. Because if Chatterfang just constantly gets removed, or if someone plays a Draenith, we don't want to be an idiot that can only win with our commander. That is bad deck building practice. We are also including Witherbloom Apprentice and Professor Onyx. Both of these cards say Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, your opponents lose life. We combo that with Chain of Smog. Chain of Smog targets yourself to discard 2 cards. When doing so, you are allowed to copy it an infinite amount of times, and as a result, an infinite amount of copies means we drain the table for an infinite amount of life. Now, Death Cat. Why would I ever do that? Now I'm out of cards, and if they stop it, my game's over. Glad you asked. A lot of Chatterfang decks are omitting Doze in the Falling Leaf and City of Solitude. Both of these cards act like Grand Abolishers, cards that say players can only play spells on their turns, or on only your turn, allowing us to safely do this. We don't want to try to attempt that combo unless we have one of these out, guaranteeing our safety. Because we are playing a deck that doesn't run counter spells. So we can't afford to dump our hand at a win attempt like that. So let's get on with this. We need that commander to come out, man. Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, Gilded Goose, Elvish Spirit Guide, Elves of Deep Shadow, Finhorn Elves, Birds of Paradise, Deathrite Shaman, Delighted Halfling. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get Chatterfang out turn 2 every game. You're not mulliganing properly unless you're doing that. That's just not happening. Now, as a result of your commander being out, we get extra value of making more squirrels. So, let's talk about it. What cards in this deck are going to make us tokens, allowing us to make an extra 1/1 squirrel? Orcish Bowmaster makes a token, baby. Whenever Orcish Bowmaster enters the battlefield, whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one, deal 1 damage, amass orc. That means it makes easily a 1/1 orc token when anyone draws, and Chatterfang gets a 1/1 squirrel. Or makes a 1/1 squirrel. Then pay a black, sacrifice the orc token, and then like kill one of their dorks with the activated ability. Then if anyone draws again, it makes another token, you make another squirrel, and it keeps generating. It's very good. Rev Tithe Extractor, also known as Mommy Mini Hand. Look at the hand on her face. It's very tiny. Whenever you attack, target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. We've created a token. We're going to make more squirrels. Then you look at the top card of that person's library and exile it face down. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. So now we're stealing interaction. I've stolen lots of counter spells with this, and it's very helpful. This trying to be played in a tournament, what's every single deck in CDH do? It tutors. Opposition Agent. Always run Opposition Agent if you're not a turbo deck. If you're a turbo deck, omit this card. If you're not turbo, always be playing this card. Whenever an opponent searches their libraries, you control them. You get to go take the card that they're searching for, or you get to pick the card that they're searching for and then put it in exile for you to cast. Pretty good. Pretty dang good. So you're stealing cards from other people's decks. For card draw, I added Dark Confidant. It's new from Final Fantasy at a cheap price, so it's very helpful. Dark Confidant allows you to flip the top card during your upkeep. You lose life equal to the mana value. This deck does not run a lot of high CMC cards, so it's totally fine to run it. And it allows you to draw extra cards. We spoke about this in an earlier deck. Dauthi Voidwalker. If you're playing black, you're trying to be competitive, and you're not a combo deck, you have to be playing Dauthi. Everyone's on Breach. Everyone is on Breach. Dauthi says, no Breach. Run it. Every Breach player, when they see Dauthi, nothing's going to happen now. You know it. Then we have Pitiless Plunder. It says, whenever a creature you control dies, create a treasure token. What that means is you pay 1 black, sack your squirrel. It makes another squirrel because now you got a treasure token from that squirrel dying. You get infinite activations and infinite creature deaths. That means Marionette Apprentice, Zulaport Cutthroat both say whenever a creature you control dies, you get to drain 1 life from your opponents and you get to win the game. So that is one of the compact combos for this deck. Another way to do that is also with Warren Soul Trader. Sorry. So this deck's main win con with the commander is that, and that's why people like playing this card at that level. But let's talk about the fact that you need a lot of creatures for this combo. Let's go get them. Y'all, Threats Undetected. Very underrated card. Search your library for up to 4 creature cards with different powers and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of the cards and shuffle the chosen cards in your library, put the rest in your hand. So amazing. So what you can go get is you can go get any of the cards that combo, and there's no right choice. You will always get the card you need to win in your hand. It's nasty. Just nasty. Not played enough. This card's 69 cents. Like, why aren't we playing it more? Why are we not? It's creature intuition. So good. You can literally go get Warren Soul Trader, Pitiless Plunderer, and let me find it. Witherbloom Apprentice. I think the other one we were looking at earlier. So we were looking at putting a 4-power creature card in here, but the thing is, you don't have to get more than 3. So you can fail to find and only get 3. And then they just get to leave you with 1, which is what you need normally. Culling Ritual. Sweep the board. It doesn't hit your commander because their commander's 3 mana. Gives you a ton of mana. And then you can swing for the heavens by casting Nature's Rhythm, which goes and gets you your first part of your combo. And then you harmonize it to go get the second part of your combo. So, Culling Ritual, make like 8, 9 black and green mana. Make only green for this. Nature's Rhythm for 4. And then Nature's Rhythm for 2 from the Harmonize effect. And you've won the game. 1 card win con with Nature's Rhythm in your commander. 1 card win con. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pitiless Plunder, Zulaport Cutthroat, GG. GG. So, Culling Ritual, gas. Eldritch Evolution. Oftentimes, you're going to have Delighted Halfling out from turn 1 that you played so you can get your commander out faster. Eldritch Evolution, go get one of your 3 CMC win cons, such as Warren Soul Trader. Or, my favorite play, Eldritch Evolution, Doze in the Falling Leaf. Yeah. Yeah. Instantly in there. I gave my Fire Song and Sunspeaker deck one last hurrah yesterday at my LGS. I won the game, and now I'm taking it apart to build the Lobster Chef. Very exciting, Brian. I'm excited to see that. You should join the Discord and show that off. That's so sick. Check the Patreon out to join it. Another big thing, if you try to Eldritch Evolution into Dozin, use Allosaurus Shepherd, or have Allosaurus Shepherd out, and then it can't be countered, and then a can't be countered spell goes and get you a card that also silences your opponents. Sick nasty. Sick nasty. Finale Devastation, pump a bunch of mana into this, just win the game by swinging out with all your squirrels. Enough said. Don't even need to talk about it being an extra combo tutor. It already just wins the game by itself. Nasty. Reanimate. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield that you control. So, Reanimate helps us combo. You ready, y'all? For a 1-card win con. There's a lot of those in this deck. Survival of the Fittest. Pay green. Choose and discard a creature. Search your library for a creature card. So, we're going to go search our library for a Pitiless Plunder by discarding a Zulaport Cutthroat. Then, once you play the Pitiless Plunder, reanimate the Zulaport from your graveyard, win the game. So reanimate is redundancy for if anyone kills one of your combo pieces, counters one of your combo pieces, or you need to use your combo piece to discard it to go get the other portion with Survival of the Fittest. Fantastic card to do that with. Helps out insane amount. Y'all, are we enjoying this so far? Are we enjoying it? Let me get some amens in the chat. Because we've been knocking off things right now. I mean, this deck is disgusting. I need to see some amens in that chat, baby. Because this has been disgusting. We've talked about 9 ways to combo with this deck, with 3 modular cards for some of those combos. I mean, combo city, dude. Combo city. Okay, now, a lot of the time, this deck wants to do something, and hear me out, y'all. So many people play this deck and don't play these cards. I scoured the internet. Scoured for Chatterfang decks. They sucked. We're playing 9 1-mana dorks in order to always hit a turn 2 Chatterfang, right? That makes sense. Every Chatterfang deck does that. Then explain to me why every Chatterfang deck in existence isn't running natural order, bro. Sack a green creature. Search your library for a green creature. Put it onto the battlefield. Why aren't we playing this? Immediately turn any one of your mana dorks into either Witherbloom Apprentice or Dozen. Just come on. Come on, internet. Do better. Do better. So good. So freaking good. Diabolic Intent allows us to sack one of those mana dorks later to go get our stuff too. We're running a lot of mana dorks. Run the sacrifice really good cards. They're really, really good. Obviously, we're running Demonic Tutor. And then, due to the fact that every now and then our board gets swept and we want to replay our really good creatures, sometimes you just want to let your commander go to the graveyard, cast Yawgmoth's Will to go get it back. Very good retrieval card. Okay, now into a little bit of the spice. Savage Summoning. Instant, 1 green. Savage Summoning can't be countered. When the next creature card you cast this turn can be cast as though it has flash. It can't be countered, and that creature enters with an additional +1/+1. Why are the other Chatterfang decks not running this card? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Dear God. Seed Ship Impact. Throwing you guys some of the new cards. Destroy target artifact or creature. If its mana value was 2 or less, create a land or token. Sacrifice this creature, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, shuffle. It's ramp and it's removal. Yeah, pretty good. Cash Grab. 2 mana instant. Mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among those cards milled into your hand. If you control a squirrel or return a squirrel card this way, create a food token. 2 mana, card draw, selective card draw, and make a squirrel token. Yeah, pretty good. What's up, Stevie? Glad you think that card is sick. Good to see ya. Summoner's Pact. Again, not in almost any Chatterfang deck I could find online. I don't know why. 0 mana, go get a combo piece. It's literally just an extra copy of any of the combo pieces that are green. Y'all, go get Dozen. Go get Witherbloom. Oh, so good. Just do this on the turn you want to win. Who cares? You're never going to pay that upkeep cost. Crop rotation. You know we playing, guys. Cradle up in this biatch. You know we playing it. Dark Ritual. No duh, we're in black. Force of Vigor. No duh, we're in green. We want to destroy people's enchantments. But y'all, hear me out. You do not want to destroy a Rhystic Study with this card. I know. Devcat, what are you thinking? Rhystic Study's so broken. Our deck is not as fast as many other people's decks. Our deck is also not a Storm deck. It wins with activated abilities, so we're not going to activate people's Rhystics. A Rhystic Study is basically a stacks piece against other people's combo decks that need to cast a lot of spells. This Force of Vigor is hitting other things. It's hitting Breach when people are trying to go off. Save this to beat Breach decks. Do not destroy Rhystics. Do not destroy Mystics. Those cards help stall the game out until you can win the game. Think. Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer is going to allow you to obviously eat a counter spell. Or if you cast it and no one counters it, cool. You're scot-free. No one can interact with you with blue or black spells or touch the permanents you control. Life's good. Court of Calling. You can convoke this. You're going to have so many squirrel tokens to convoke with this to pay the cost of this card. Search your library for a creature card, convert a mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield. Court of Calling often is a way to instantly go get Dozen. Let's talk about him again on someone else's end step. So on the end step before your turn, instant speed, convoke Dozen out, go to your turn. You got Dozen, they can't mess with you. Calling the Weak, we got so many squirrels to sack, make a bunch of mana. Awesome card. Tainted Pact acts as an extra tutor card in this deck, which is really helpful. Obviously, you just rip cards out the top of your library to see when you like. Cabal Ritual, more mana. Entomb, a way to get something in your graveyard, because we do have a lot of reanimation effects in this deck. And this deck still runs Ad Naus. So, let's say your friends are going off on a spell war and you think they've probably exhausted all their counter spells per turn. Slam Ad Naus on their turn, not on your turn. Your deck does not win main phasing Ad Nauseam. Play it on someone else's turn. Go to your turn with like 40 cards in hand and win the game. And you can just jam a bunch of win attempts, and no matter how many times they try to counter it, you've got an extra win attempt in your hand. You'll be fine. So, Deadly Rollick. Obvious inclusion. It's a CDH deck. It's a TDH deck. You need to remove other people's stuff. Worldly Tutor. Very obvious. You're going to go get your combo pieces with this. Legolas's Quick Reflexes is really, really helpful. So, Legolas's Quick Reflexes says split second, meaning it can't be interacted with. No one can put anything else on the stack, even abilities, when this is on the stack. Untap target creature. Until end of turn, it gains hexproof, reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, meaning when you attack with your Squirrel General, it deals damage equal to its power up to one creature. This is removal. This is split second. This is hexproof. This is help. Such an amazing card. It should be in every green commander deck, in my opinion, that cares about its commander. Vampire Tutor can go get any card you need for your combo, not just a creature. Super helpful. Same with Wishclaw Talisman. Also extremely helpful in that. But y'all, let's get some spice in here. Bolus's Citadel. Often this card allows us to grind things off the top of our library and just go ahead and win. Combine that with Sensei's Divining Top, and it will almost always win the game in this deck. Always. You can literally pay life to play your combo pieces off the top of your library. Just sick, nasty card. Outside of that, we're playing Defense Grid in order to keep ourselves safe. Obviously, we're in a tournament. We want to do that. And then we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. If for some reason any of your creatures get killed that were a part of a combo list, slam Agatha's Soul Cauldron, tap it, exile a card from your graveyard that has the ability that you need to, and now your commander, who you're going to put the +1/+1 counter on, has all of the abilities of it. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. We have Mana Ramp, as per usual. We're still going to be running Necropotence and Black Market Connections for card draw, and Sylvan Library as well. Those are pretty obvious inclusions in a black-green competitive deck. But let's see how this deck plays, y'all. Let's see how it plays. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, dear God. Well, we're keeping this. Instant Snap Keep. Oh, and a Cradle. Oh, baby. All right, y'all. You ready? Windswept Heath. Go and get Bayou. Or any other, how do you spell Bayou? I'm dumb. All right, we're getting Overgrown Tomb because I'm dumb. Who cares? I would hold back the Dark Ritual here. Because we want to seem unassuming for the most part. But running out our commander is just so damn strong. There's no reason not to. But it would take up our Lotus Petal, which we want to save. So that's why we're saving it. So next turn, we get the Bayou that was in our hand. And I totally noticed that. I'm a genius, guys. We're going to want a Dark Ritual. We're going to play Lotus Petal. We're going to, or not Lotus Petal, sorry. We're going to use the green from Overgrown Tomb and 2 black to cast Chatterfang. And then the black floating, cast Imperial Seal. And then we're going to go get Pitiless Plunder. And we're going to put that onto the top of our libraries. Next turn. Fetch. Going to go get a land that we can tutor. There we go. Swamp. Oh, no, it's got to be a forest. Sorry. Go get a forest. Bonk. And then we're going to cast our Pitiless Plunder. Next turn. Y'all. Oh, so good. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. We have so many angles to go here from now. So we have a Gaia's Cradle, right? So we can easily Talisman, tap, and go get any other portion from here of our 2-card combo. So this allows us to do that. We have extra mana from it, and we have a backup natural order if anything happens. And if we draw into the creature we want, we can Savage Summoning it. Let's do another hand. Let's do another hand. Let's make sure that one wasn't just perfect for no reason. Let's just go get another one. Ooh. This is pretty damn good. I like this one a lot. Let's try this one out. All right, draw for turn. Forest. Elves. Turn 2. Play out our commander. Next turn. Ooh, okay. Lots of stuff here. So, the easiest thing to do here is drop our Llanowar Elves and our Zulaport Cutthroat, right? Seems normal. No one's going to turn their heads. Going to turn 4, y'all. You win. Summoner's Pact. Tap 4 mana. And then you get Cutthroat. Just like that. Nasty deck. Just nasty. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Y'all, have you been enjoying this stream? Have you been enjoying this stream? Can I get some amens in the chat? Yeah, Tyler, it is really hard to build a bracket 2 list. I agree. Guys, that was our last deck of the day. But we always do something at the end of every stream. So let me pull it up. All right, y'all. It's time. Y'all, thank you so much for a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for being here. I want to make a Tuesday stream happen. So if you can, if you want to tell one of your friends about buying a deck from me to get it custom done for the next Tuesday stream, I need at least 2 more to make next stream happen. Y'all, it's time to read a little scripture. Psalm 91:1. He who dwells in the secret palace of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Can we talk about what that means for a second? We want to stay close to God in our lives. Keeping peace. I want peace in your life. I want to let you know I'm praying for you. I love all y'all. I'm very thankful for having you in my life and being in this stream. And I care about you. Thank you so much for coming to this stream. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me and helping feed my family and letting me do this full time. I am blessed. This life is absolutely perfect. And I'm so thankful to even be alive. Thank you guys for watching.